A week of time has passed, and the adventuring party has managed to accomplish a number of goals to better prepare themselves for further expeditions into the continent of Chult.
So everything that happened in the game chat has happened. It has been a week now in-game.
I didn't read the game chat. It was too long.
I know we did. There were some things we didn't do. Like I didn't do that because it costed. I had to use money, so I wanted to wait. I think the last thing we need to do is buy rations. So I'll go do that.
What, you can get all that meat dried?
Yep, we got with that we have 179 rations. I figured I'd get like 100 more, just to be on the safe side.
And then I did propose a sort of expeditional plan.
Yes.
I wanted to ask if we wanted to go speak to these rich dandies, not daddies, Shadow Scale, about taking up their job as an expedition to find this dragon horde they supposedly have a map to. So, thoughts?
I'm leaving that up to the group.
Yeah, I'm waiting for...
I said it was fine.
I don't care.
Sounds good.
I'm the one who told you guys all about it and was super excited.
We'll do that, get the rations, and then head out.
Well, while you're doing that, I could go possibly track down these dandy boys.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go buy rations.
I will go
Probably
find
get
the
more
daddies.
hunting traps too.
We've got 6 of those.
Yep, we
Gotcha.
got those.
Okay.
All right. I'll require an investigation roll then from the professor.
I'm gonna find those daddies.
Dandies, not daddies.
So, you ask around about the supposed individuals that have the map, and they eventually point you out into the old city, where you run into what you semi-recognize. You've run into these individuals before. It is a human, and now that you're actually paying more attention, a halfling, not a gnome.
Oh, these two.
Hey! I don't know them. I wasn't here. My other guy's dead.
Yes, they wave you over and greet you, walk up to you.
Seems we meet again.
We've met before, so I didn't realize. But I'm assuming that must mean you come back to make use of our wonderful guide skills.
No, we've come to contract ourselves for your expedition.
We're looking for a couple of daddies.
Shadow Scale.
Anything you've heard from any of the women there, I assure you they're not mine.
Please do not pay attention to her.
And as he says that, the halfling kind of chuckles. It might be one of mine, though.
Oh dear God. Anyways, to business. There's rumors saying that you have a map to a dragon horde, and you're looking to put together an expedition.
Oh, you've heard about that. Well, as it so happens, we did, in fact, buy a map to a particular dragon's horde. But it is very deep in the jungle, and you'll need a guide if you want to get there. The human grins.
Well, I already happen to have a guide.
But does this guide know where a dragon's horde is? To which the halfling also leans in.
To which I also lean in.
Shadow Scale, behave yourself. I see you guys.
And does your guide... I mean, why pay for one when you can have two for the same price? And they start, pointing to each other
And if I last remember,
wide-eyed facial
your supposed talents required, what, was it 500 gold?
I mean, it's the same thing as everyone else. 5 gold a day with, 1 month up front.
5 gold a day, is it?
Yeah, 5 gold pieces per day, and 30 days worth up front.
Well, I guess this seems to be a waste of my actual time. I get
Oh,
it.
hang on. Wait, I mean, come on. You gotta admit, it's a deal. It's a bargain. You're getting two, and I'll let you know a little secret. We've got a Triceratops.
But if we're the
Nudge,
ones
nudge.
helping you, then why do we pay?
You're the one asking about dragon treasure. We're the ones that know where it is.
Yes, except you're the ones also looking to put together a crew to go find this treasure.
Yes, but we still need to put food in our belly for the time being.
How much of the hoard would we get?
Yes.
Okay, tell you what. I'll drop the fees. You pay for any food on the way, and we'll all split the hoard equally. Quarter. There's 4 of us here. We'll each get a quarter.
So what you're saying is, because I do not have the rest of my party with me, you're willing to only split it half. However,
There's more of you.
yes, there's a great deal more of us.
He kind of looks down. Seems like he's thinking for a bit. I suppose there's safety in numbers.
Also,
How many more? Just what size group are we talking about exactly?
well, I'd say maybe 8 or 9.
11 ways split.
Oh no, we could still keep it half 50-50, or even maybe, well, honestly, I think we should 60-40. Us getting the 60, obviously, for our harder work of protecting you.
Make a persuasion roll. With advantage.
Son of
Sometimes you do
Please do
not
it with
want to
advantage.
fail.
You drive a hard bargain, sir. You will be doing most of the work. Fine. 60-40.
very well then.
He shakes on it and tells you or asks where you want to meet up before and when you want to head out.
Well, to be honest, we could possibly head out today.
Then we'll just follow you and we'll pick up our Triceratops on the way out.
Very well. And then I will track down the rest of the group and inform them that we have some employees.
So, Joe, it was 20 gold for 50 rations?
Yeah.
Okay. So, just gonna go there and buy 100 rations.
But yes, you can spend 20 gold buying from the bulk sale person again. She will gladly sell you another case of 50 rations.
Yep, so I'll buy the 2 cases for 40 gold.
And then while I am tracking down Icarus and the rest of the party, I will hand the gauntlets to Shadows. So we must collect our plunder.
Gloves?
Yes, they will make you much stronger.
How?
Magic.
Okay. So I'll put on the gloves then.
And obviously you know what happens once you put them on.
I feel it.
But she actually feels stronger now.
I don't think you physically feel any different.
Yeah.
Well,
She's just
I mean,
not very smart.
I was gonna say also, like, if you tried picking anything up, you would be like, well, that's light.
It does not mean pick up the
Pick up the professor.
As soon as you said that, Joe, that was the first thought I thought he was going to do.
Make a strength check. Lift the professor over your head.
Shadow scale. Shadow scale.
She just runs around.
Shadow scale. Is there a reason you're doing this?
Sorry, Professor. Put him down.
Thank you, and don't ever do that again.
Figured after I get the rations, I'll probably head back to the house.
All right.
Wait for the group. If they didn't find me along the way.
Eventually, everyone reconvenes either at the house or meeting up somewhere along the way.
So, what'd you find out, Professor?
Between myself and Farrell and Gondolo here, we will be setting out to a dragon hoard. We've also come to an agreement of a 60-40 split.
Okay. And they will be using their own equipment, right? We don't have to
No, the
share
only thing we
anything?
have to share is food.
All right. And will it be Undriel and Saka joining us on this?
I would prefer it if they are willing to come.
I mean, Undriel still doesn't have anything to do, and it depends. Azaka, you're following the map?
Yes, they claim to have a map to the Dragon Hoard.
Well then, I mean, above all else, she wants to know where that leads.
Well then, I believe that settles it.
As in, she wants to know where it leads before she agrees.
I was going to say, that settles nothing. I want to know where it leads. Well, that settles it. We're going.
Well, for that, you'll have to
Weird.
talk to the ones that own the map.
Are they at the house?
They're with us.
Yeah, they followed. Well, kind of looks at everybody else. I'll show it to your guide, and I made the deal with you, and he points at the professor.
Oh,
So,
watch.
you can see the map.
Watch me pick up the professor.
Yes, they unfortunately saw you. Yeah.
Yes, they did. Nonetheless, Zaka comes over, and they'll allow the professor to come, and they pull out a map that appears to be drawn on the back of some kind of animal skin, to which it reveals, or points to a location. Down here.
Needles. Boom.
Needle's
Bones.
Bones.
That'll bring us closer to Sabal.
Hey, it does. Just within a few days, but
And as that happens, Azaka points out, I thought you wanted to go to Orolunga.
yes, we do, but we still do need to make profits.
Well, seeming that you have a guide to your next location, I would like to take care of things here then in the port, and you may go with your new members.
If that is what you wish, then that is fine by me.
Just seek me out when you get back to the port. Just assuming you survive your expedition again.
Yes.
She wishes you best of luck, and proceeds to leave the house and walk back into the port.
Did our guard and groundskeeper show up?
They did. They've been working here now for a while, seeing
Okay.
as you hired
yeah.
them.
I love how this is nowhere near the west of the port.
Oh no, obviously the rumor they gave you was completely wrong.
Yes.
I mean, it wasn't completely, because they were right about the two dandies having a map, but they were completely wrong about
the
where.
direction of where it was.
Rumors aren't always 100% accurate.
Well then,
Well, before we leave, right? Okay. Yeah, before we leave, I'm gonna pay the groundskeeper or the guard, our servants things now for the week they've worked. How did we want to do that, Sam? For them, how did we want to pay them?
I believed we had settled that already.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
but they'll be able to essentially directly get
Draw
paid from.
our
Yeah.
Okay.
accounts.
Well,
Okay.
they won't be withdrawing from your accounts.
But yeah,
Basically,
they'll-
they'll be allowed to collect a paycheck, so to speak.
Okay.
Now
Just as long as you guys remove the money from your account.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have it written down how much it will be per month.
That's fine, as long as you know to remove it.
Yep.
Also, I don't recall if we did it, but did you make payments to the Flaming Fist when you returned to the port this time?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep, that was the very first thing we did it.
Yep.
Okay. Yep, now I remember now. I didn't get to finish rewatching the
Yeah,
sessions.
remember you and me were like, Sam was like, well, let's go sell stuff and then go there.
Yeah, and
I'm like, no.
Yep, I remember now.
Yeah.
now done. Alright, so then,
Onward to our doom.
as usual.
Bye bye, dinner.
So then, I'm thinking, for this plan, we go down to here, come back up
Ricky.
to Val, and come back.
Got it.
That way, we get possibly something to bring back, or even maybe convince a giant to come back with us.
I was gonna say, why don't we actually go at least down towards Firefinger there, and then cut across to Needlebone.
Well, I figured we would follow the river as far as we can, which would be about Firefinger, and then go down, yeah.
Well, it looks like it actually goes all the way down to this thing right here, and then across.
It does go that far. In fact, I think it might technically go further, but you probably can't see
Yeah.
with your portion of the map.
That way, it's a little bit of a less trek than going through much more forests.
So basically, we should then
Well, it doesn't change your speed any.
head
Yeah.
down like this, you say. Possibly check
Go
out this.
Go to here. Yeah, go along the river to like here, and then go over, and then from there up and back.
So we don't even want to check out that village. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, we're on a mission to go here. Why go over here?
Well, from
And
the looks of it, it's like 3 days, maybe 3.5 days from the end of that river.
Alright, so, is that the route you're going to take then?
I believe that is the route we have agreed on.
Down to the river.
Alright, well, you'll start heading downriver. You spend your first day going. It's easy
Before
going.
we leave town, I remind everybody to put on bug repellent.
Very good.
Or I could try out my new stuff. We could just keep lighting torches.
Yes, that was another thing he was going to ask Joe.
Yeah, so you said it works the same as the incense. Does it? It doesn't have a time limit since it really doesn't burn.
The time limit is the fire. Whatever
Yeah.
your source of smoke is.
Yeah.
So basically, it's indefinite
Yeah.
as long as you keep that fire going.
So if we march throughout the day with, a torch in the front and a torch in the back, our middle area.
That's not going to be enough smoke. A torch does not create that much smoke.
Yeah.
It's more of a thing you can do while resting, but
Yeah.
while marching, unless you basically you'd have to have some kind of large brazier with a very large open lit flame, or some kind of spell that keeps smoke going.
Does I don't remember if I asked, but does I forgot her name, the orc.
Undril?
Undril?
Undril, yeah, have her own bug repellent or?
Yeah, she's been picking up more every time she comes into the port.
Okay, that's
So-
all those questions I had.
All right. Well, you guys head out, and the first day of your journey is uneventful. I mean, you're pretty close to the port, so you don't expect a whole lot out here anyway.
Yeah.
They camp for the night.
Yep.
Who
set
wants
up
to take
our
what
tents.
watch? Oh, and by the way, you now also have a Triceratops with you to help carry stuff.
I will take first.
But on your way, you also notice that this Triceratops has quite the flatulence problem.
Right.
And it smells.
This is why I will be walking upwind of it at all times.
I believe will be.
I mean, Farul and Gondolo have purposely put it at the back of the group, but they do want at least someone to bring up the rear guard just to make sure nothing gets it. So, you guys can decide who wants to be behind your dinosaurs.
Shadow
I'm
scale.
not a rear guard kind of person.
Yes,
You know, the rear guard is a very, very brave thing.
it is.
Yes, you're the one that will be protecting us if we have to retreat.
But then who would charge first into battle?
Professor.
But Shadow Scale, the rear guard is actually the strongest of the group, always.
Oh. Okay.
No, now we shall continue on our way.
Well, now we're doing watches.
Yes.
I'll take second watch.
I'm on first.
I shall take third with Tabin.
Why not? I'll throw a couple of my stones in the fire.
Good thing warm air rises.
On the edge.
Well, you all start to get ready, making camp.
Setting up our tents, our water stuff. Very
Jesus
musical
Christ,
too.
I can hear it.
Oh god.
That is some impressive gas there.
Too much human flesh. That's what it is.
It's a herbivore!
They could have fit it.
Regardless,
Flash?
we will also set up 2 of our traps, and I will put 2 bait.
Alright, 2 traps with bait. I heard Shadowscale's saying first watch. Who's taking the others?
I'm taking second.
David and myself are third.
Undrill agrees to take fourth. No, Shadow Scale, you're pretty distracted as you just concentrate. Even while he's sleeping,
God, it's just gonna be a methane
can't
cloud.
focus on anything.
Clapping along with it, I guess. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Nobody set any flames near him.
But you don't see anything during your watch. You hear lots.
I don't think anything would come near us.
So second watch.
I'm staying on the other side of camp, away from that thing.
It gets quieter.
I mean, so you don't hear it as much, but it's still definitely there.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing else seems to be. I mean, you're not even into the jungle proper. You're just kind of in the grasslands right outside the jungle.
Yep.
So,
All right.
next watch.
Go wake up the professor.
David loves the smell of farts.
You can clearly hear every single one perfectly.
Poor
You know,
David.
I couldn't hear people that well, so I turned up my headset. Now it's just even louder.
Oh God, I can hear it through your guys' headsets.
Well, it seems like he's finally out of gas, but you're pretty sure that once he starts eating again in the morning, things will continue. Nonetheless, you don't see anything. Grasslands are quiet.
It's stinky.
Jill takes her watch and never sees anything. Smells quite a bit, but never sees anything. Doesn't hear what caused the smell, but she's well aware. Even so, morning comes and everybody begins to move on.
Check our 2 traps.
See, in the first trap, you go up and it is empty.
Alrighty, we collect it.
However, at your second trap, you clearly, from quite a ways away, see there's somebody looking over it.
They look like.
It is 2 frost giants and one of their wolves.
We're turning around.
Hey, we need the Frost Giants! Yeah!
Yes, we are gonna go talk to them.
Buddies. I never met them, actually. Hey, weren't we gonna go do something with the frost giants?
Yes we were. Yes, we were.
It's our lucky day.
We were not gonna
We're
fight
not
them.
going to fight them.
Oh.
We will approach them. Are these the same ones that we've met before?
I wasn't expecting to roll them this early on.
I'm so...
Right outside the fort! Man, if only we brought the
I know.
Flaming Fist guards with us, we could just send them
Like-
right back.
Yeah, I know.
You don't recognize them. It appears to be a male and a female.
Hello there.
Hey!
They look over, then just kind of half wave and nod. Small folk, can I help you?
Well, I was wondering if you'd be so kind as to do a favor for us.
And what exactly do we owe you a favor for?
Well, we've been hunting down a man named Artisimber.
You're looking for Artis Simber,
Yes.
and what exactly do you... What reason do you have to be looking for him?
Well, we were asked by another one of your groups.
At that, the female one kneeled down to like kind of talk a little more on your level, and was looking a little suspicious of you. But the moment you say that, she kind of goes, "Why? Oh, you ran into one of my other scouting parties?"
So you are the boss.
Yes, I'm Droofy.
Yes, they happened to run in. Well, my Dionycus over there happened to run into them and brought them back to her camp.
Ah, you have a trained animal. And she starts to pet her wolf. A sign of a good hunter, if I say so myself.
Shadow Scale, be quiet.
Hey, I start laughing too. It's just like.
So, did you happen to find this artist Timber then?
Yes, it seems that we have met him twice now during our journeys in the jungle here.
And he got away from you?
Well, there was something about him that seemed like we were unable to take him, even with our numbers.
Perhaps he has already given in and is using the artifact that he has taken. At that, she seems very concerned. I would understand. He is a very dangerous man. He has great power thanks to the evil that he possesses.
What exactly does he possess?
I am not certain that it would be good to let others know that something of such power exists within the jungles of Chult.
I mean,
It might tempt small folk such as yourself.
you've already told us he has something. You might as well tell us what it is, because then we would know how to deal with him if we see him again.
Make a persuasion roll. I suppose that if you are helping us, then maybe you could be given some information. He has an item known as the Ring of Winter.
Ring of
The-
Winter.
Yes, the Ring of Winter. It can be used to, well, as you probably guessed, enhance cold magic. It is very important to those such as myself and my companion here.
Well, that would
Interesting.
explain why there was a region of frost right before we met him this first time.
Then yes, he has most certainly used the ring, but it is, as I have stated, too powerful for the small folk to use. It will corrupt you.
How so? How has it corrupted him?
The ring, whoever wears it has a desire to use it to destroy life.
Okay, that's good to know.
As I have stated, it must be brought back to us. Only the Jotun have the power to control such magic.
That's interesting. So where do we go from here, Professor?
There is a port nearby.
Yes, I can see it from here.
We are to report. Frost giants are here. They think we're crazy.
At that, the male frost giant chuckles a little bit, and Droopy smiles. Well, this isn't exactly where you would find our kind normally. And I understand why. It's awful here.
They have patrols throughout the jungle as well. Sorry, now I'm picking up your accent, goddammit. Perhaps you can help each other?
Perhaps, as I have stated, our main goal is to find this Simber and retrieve the Ring of Winter.
Well, the last few times we have run into him, it seems he's been towards the middle of the island.
First and foremost, you would know this isn't an island.
Or
It's a
the
continent.
No, it's a peninsula that juts off the southern part of Faerun.
been towards the middle of the jungle.
Then I shall make sure to send my scouts there, and I thank you for your information.
But yes, if you could, like I originally proposed, do us the one small favor of coming back with us to the port real quick, so that we may fix our reputation.
Or at least a token of proof that they're frost giants.
Or yes, that you do truly exist here, are here in Chult.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt. The port is right over there. Also, roll a d12. Also, as a token of appreciation for your assistance in helping us in our quest, I think you deserve this. And she reaches into one of her pouches and pulls out for her what looks like it would be the equivalent of like a chicken egg. But for you, it's quite big.
More babies!
And what kind of egg is this?
This would be the egg of a remoras.
A what?
A remoras.
Don't believe I've ever heard of one of those.
It is kind of like a large insect.
Bird!
Oh,
You will be
Interesting.
the insect
I'm
king.
good. I am insect king. We talking about? Got 21 flying around me.
How exactly do you spell this, Joe?
Remorhaz.
And what does it require to hatch? So they have it.
Just so long as you don't break it, it should hatch, given enough time.
Well,
We're not far from home.
yeah. But at the same time, we leave it at home with the hatch is what was there.
You're just gonna have a larval Remoras running around the house.
Guess
I
we'll
like your
take
muscles.
Thank you. You're very kind. Very small one.
We can head back to our camp and finish packing that up before we head back to the port.
By the way, the entire time, Farul and Gondola have just been kind of wide-eyed, slack-jawed, like, frost giants. And you know them?
Oh, I forgot they were with.
Yeah.
We have many
So-
friends.
I'm so focused on the bug.
They both kind of like simultaneously in sync nod slowly without ever taking their eyes off the frost giants.
Don't fuck with us, okay?
Good way to put it, Shadow Scale. Well, let's
I hear
finish
you guys
taking
say
down.
all the time.
So you guys head back to the port?
Yes, I believe that's what we were gonna do. We'll finish
All right.
breaking down camp and head back to the fort.
Gone not a day. Well, up against a day. 2 days, technically.
Well, this would be the day 2.
Yeah.
So you travel, you get back into port pretty late afternoon, and everyone is just gawking and staring as you are followed by 2 frost giants. And
Man,
their
what a hard
giant
day.
wolf.
To the
Yep.
Flaming Fist headquarters.
Yeah, you
Well,
head over.
I'm just making sure it was like we're taking time because Sam is the one who's, mainly dealt with the Flaming Fist.
Alright, what
You
have I
head
missed?
over.
We are now at the Flaming Fist.
Ah,
You head over, and you recognize
Ouch.
at the entrance is the guard that kind of made all the sarcastic remarks.
Oh, Sam's gonna have a heyday with this.
Hello, stupid!
Shadow Scale, be polite.
Hello, Mr. Stupid!
Thank you. No, but actually,
Yeah,
what,
he
what
kinda-
did I miss? Did we actually
Oh,
go
did-
back with Frost Giants? Or...
Yeah, the frost giants followed you back to the port.
Okay.
Walking through the port, everyone's gawking. And,
Who's ever breathing needs to stop. Thank you.
Stop
yes. You're now outside the entrance to the fort, and the guard who was making funny, well, sarcastically remarking last time about frost giants in the jungle, ooh, is now just like head slightly tilted, slack-jawed also.
So, I believe you owe me something?
He pulls out a platinum piece and hands it over to you.
Okay. Not exactly what I was expecting, but I will take that as an
Takes off his
apology.
takes off his helmet, and, like, looks down on the ground, shakes his head a little bit, looks back up.
You may want to get your supervisor out here.
Yes. Is Liara still here?
Yes, I'll go get her.
Thank you.
And he goes inside,
Thank you
Wait
so
up.
very much.
like 10 minutes, and like the doors burst open. Liara comes out along with like a handful of other troops.
I'll be right back.
Well, Miss Porter, I do
I don't-
believe we have come to our...
I don't remember if I've put this
Really?
out yet, so I will.
No, I don't think you did. Here are the Frost Giants you asked me to bring proof of.
Yeah, so Drufi and her companion are just standing there. Like, here, the guy's got his arms crossed and she's got her hands on her hips, and they are just kind of comes out. Frost giants. I'll be damned. You're some kind of explorers, aren't you? What was the agreement then?
I do believe you said there was a bonus as well as the payment.
Big.
Yeah, definitely. She hands over, or she sends one of the soldiers in, who forces himself to break away from staring, comes back, and she hands you a sack with 200 gold in it.
Thank you.
So you found actual frost giants.
Aye.
You've obviously proven you can deal with ghouls. You killed them. At this point, I'm writing off my boys out in the jungle as goners. They haven't come back yet. They're probably dead. And remains don't last that long anyway out there. I'm wondering if you'd be interested in a different kind of line of work, though.
And what kind of line of work would that be?
We've been looking into trying to get Kitcher's Inlet back up and back on the ground. If you'd be willing to see a shipment of cargo down there, and maybe if your big blue friends here would be kind enough to help, we could get some troops in and start making use of the place again.
You help them first. Well, yeah. No, same time.
And what exactly do they need help with?
Shadowscale, what are you talking about?
They have patrols through the forest.
Oh,
They can
yes.
look for Arctis Timber.
The Frost Giants seem to be looking for a man named Artis Simba.
Is this, I guess you could say he's a wanted man? Should I put a bounty on him?
I can't remember. Did the Frost Giants want him alive or dead?
We would like him brought in alive. And if any of your men do catch him, no looting. Anything he has on him belongs to us. She just kind of nods and says, I'll let my patrols know.
Oh, and he does happen to have like a little dragon thing that doesn't speak, but it emits smells.
A smelly dragon. Well, you were right about the frost giant, so fine. Smelly dragon, whatever. I'll pass the details on. But yes, if you could help us set back up Port Castiglia and Kitcher's Inlet, that'd be much appreciated.
Well, that would get us closer to our current destination, actually. Much faster, too. And yes, I, for myself, am agreeable to this. But of course, the Frost Giants would have to agree as well as the rest of my party.
Well, we managed to get Flaming Fist to help, and they're all over the place. We will also keep looking for Arctis Timber.
Droofy asked, and where exactly is this Port Castiglia?
I can't see that, so...
Well, it happens to be close to where you moored your ship.
Well, I suppose that is convenient. If it's along the way, we can help see some of the supplies off. To which Leardon says, if you actually get that place up and running again, make it livable, hell, I'll make one of you guys governor.
Anybody but Shadowscale.
I don't know what that means.
And you will never know what it means.
What does governor?
Why don't you ask your uncle here? And he points to the professor.
What is governor? Uncle brother?
That just sounds so bad.
It's almost as bad as Uncle Grandpa.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
Anyway, so are you going to follow with them, or... Because I intend to send out a convoy then.
We're going to go down that way anyway, we'll just reverse our direction.
Yeah.
And it means we have more
So,
protection and supplies.
Basically, the Flaming Fist is going to send an entire convoy of several animals, troops, and whatnot, and they're going to rely on the help of the Frost Giants to get them all the way to Port Castiglia, and then they'll set up there.
Which is actually fine for us.
Yeah.
Because that's more protection. We can take on more threats.
Mm-hmm.
And it's much closer to our destination.
Alright. Well, if you agreed all that, then in the morning you'll get to set out with the convoy.
And what time is it right now?
It's probably about 7 p.m.,
PM.
but you're
What
also
time?
back in Port Nyanzaru.
What time do the shops close?
Usually at like 8.
Maybe you guys should get some healing potions.
I got an egg at hatch. I'm going home with the egg.
Bird takes the egg.
I was just thinking about getting some extra
He's gonna be a good daddy.
just in case.
Pogs.
And healing potions.
Well, you can easily get the insect repellent.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy. One is 20 days worth, so I'll just get another. I'll get another 2 vials.
Alright, the vials cost 1 gold.
Yes, I believe I will
Healing
also
potions.
get 3 more vials.
Anybody else gonna buy more insect repellent?
Well, see, I thought it's like I was buying it so we can store it in the bag of holding, so we just
Yes.
have. But are you keeping some on yourself?
Oh yeah, since they're minute and wait. I forgot to ask Joe, how much of the map copy did I manage to get during those 10 days?
You've basically got a complete copy of what you currently have as mapped out.
Okay.
And then, is there anywhere in the shopping area that has health potions?
There's a place that is selling health potions. They sell them for 50 gold apiece.
Well, we can take the 200 we just got.
Yeah, get 4 potions.
Alright, they sell you 4 potions.
And then I will leave the original map of ours.
And what
At
are
our
these healing
house.
potions at?
What was that?
What are the healing potions? Is it 1d4 or 2d4?
2d4 plus 2. So, you guys go back to your home, I'm assuming, and
Yep.
rest.
Like the dinner.
And
Have dinner.
the next morning you get ready, and there's a nice long caravan, essentially, of about, looks like 10 beasts of burden, either Triceratops or Ankylosaurus. Quite a few, yeah, a decent, probably like a platoon's worth of Flaming Fist. You got your 2 giants and their giant wolf, and there's even a handful of essentially cav units riding axe beaks for the Flaming Fist. And you head out.
And a fletchless-ridden Triceratops.
Oh yes, your own type of stuff. But being part of such a large group and also having giants, literally nothing in the jungle is willing to attack this.
Not even Rexes.
Not even the Rexes.
Not even the dragons.
There's occasionally some undead, but they get dealt with very quickly. And yeah, it's basically you get to fast travel all the way to the port.
How many rations and such are we taking out? Are they providing
They
for
provided
us?
food for you.
Oh, that.
Huzzah!
Best decision I've ever made.
We just gotta do our own insect repellent, right? Or do they provide
They're
that?
they're burning massive amounts of incense to protect the entire caravan. But it has been an 11-day journey.
I do have the egg with me, Joe.
Yep, I know.
I'm just
See Weird stroking the egg.
marching through the woods.
Is dinner a boy or a girl?
Girl. So it should be noted, it is now the 30th of Uktar, the last day of the month, and it is very soon going to be well into monsoon season.
And we want to restore our
Come
port.
on.
Well, then I suppose it'd be best to start getting to work right away, right?
Agreed.
I mean, they just wanted you along with to help them get there as part of the expedition, essentially. But now that they're here, the Flaming Fist is going to start building, as well as the equivalent of an engineer corps settling stuff, and a handful of quote-unquote settlers that are going to be moving in.
Excellent. Very excellent.
But yes, you are now at Port Castellar. The Frost Giants head their way, start heading north to the Valspeed, and I'll say that you get a night's rest comfortably still within the not great but somewhat fixed up buildings. The engineers are doing their best, and it is now morning once again.
Well then, I believe that means we head to our true destination. Oh yeah, it cuts out some of our time.
Well, I mean, it still took time, it's just
So yeah. So,
like actual playtime.
we will need to go around the outskirt of Mesro, but basically go straight down.
But you can go into the hex that is Mesro without being in Mesro. Because it's a 30-mile wide hex. Like, you'll walk by the ruins and see them. You don't have to stop in them if you choose not to.
So what did I miss?
Basically, we got good night's sleep. Now we follow the coastline. Though, I do want to ask about Ataz Muhahaha. What exactly is that?
You're asking your guides?
Aye, they're supposedly the ones that know it?
They both look at each other and then just kind of shrug.
Excellent.
So they didn't need us to help them set up the port at all? They just...
Not yet. I mean, because they're just rebuilding buildings as it stands right now.
They're basically establishing a forward operating base.
But yes, now it is morning. You are ready to head out.
Yes. Follow the coastline, skirt around Mesro.
Well, you head out, and for the first few hours of the day, it's a pretty normal travel day. You are now relying on your own bug repellent and whatnot, and unless you catch something, it is going to be your own rations and such now.
Yep, back to standard.
But right around just before you break for lunch, you catch a scent on the wind.
Foul scent again?
I mean, yes and no, not as bad as the ones you've smelled before, but
Is
it
it
definitely
gas?
smells like a rotting, something rotting,
Well, I believe we must check that out.
and you're pretty sure it's not the Triceratops.
So, we can guess. But its insides.
Well, you go look over, and you find what appear to be the remains of a dead Brontosaurus. It's clear that a large predator has killed it.
Well, we best be on our guard then.
Is there maybe a tooth left inside the rotting carcass?
No, you don't see any teeth.
Shall I press on then?
Sure.
You keep moving on, and eventually, you encounter something else. You find what looks like somebody has erected a rough-built pile of stone.
Odd.
Oh,
It's very clearly non-natural. Like somebody did this.
But how big is the pile?
It's not very big. Maybe like 4 feet high.
How long?
Not long. It's literally just like a stack of stones.
Interesting. Well, I guess we check it out.
this is unrelated, but you also never gave us a handout for Azaka,
Oh, I didn't.
I think he did.
did he? I don't
Don't think
see
we did either.
Aku, Cholton, Baro, yeah, nothing under the guide section for Azaka.
No, Saka. Oh, no, she did.
Yeah, he did, because I remember. I just don't think it.
Yeah, it's in the named NPCs under player handouts.
Well, no, I didn't have that. That's just now for me.
Oh.
Put it up.
Oh, yeah, because he. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh well.
Regardless. Yeah, it's a stack of stones. You can't make anything out of it. It's just other than the fact that it's made by some kind of humanoid.
Well,
Probably
I think we
grave.
should not disturb it, so let's keep moving.
Right? You keep moving, and eventually night falls.
Could have used magic awareness on it.
You guys gonna set up watches for the night?
Yep.
Yep, set up our tents and all
I
that.
can take
I'm
first.
gonna sleep with my egg.
I'll take second.
I'll take third.
We'll set up 4 hunting traps with bait.
Anyone gonna take fourth?
Tabin and myself can.
All right. Well, the first watch then. Make your perception roll. Jungle noises.
Flatulence.
You had to remind him.
It's integral to the storytelling.
But nothing else ever happens besides the awful smell and the very noisy sound of the flatulent Triceratops.
Then I go wake up the second watch.
Let's get to this.
Keep a lookout.
On the other
but
side
all
of the
is
camp.
peaceful. It's further away,
Yeah.
but all is peaceful.
Yeah, I shall wake up Shadow Scale.
Shadow Scale is trying to determine if there really is a melody to be heard from all that flatulence. Like, is there actually a tune there? A rhythm? Is it possible?
Oh.
But your watch ends uneventfully.
Didn't wake up the last watches.
Turns out that dinosaur just had a musical instrument. Kept
Shoved.
playing. Yep.
Well, you keep a lookout, but the only thing you see is the morning sun breaking over the tree line.
What a beautiful smelling morning this is.
Yes.
Just let me know when you need me to start taking bug repellent off of the stuff for you, Sam. Since you have your own.
Oddly, when you wake up, it is a cooler day. It's only like 65 degrees.
Risk.
I mean, it actually feels almost,
Bearable.
you wouldn't say cold, but like, you've gotten used to traveling in like 90-degree weather, so 65 kind of feels pretty cool. The humidity, however, is worse somehow.
Hell.
It's like really thick, more muggy. It's pretty bad. It's not the worst you've ever seen, but it's worse than it usually is.
So what we get in our rain catchers and our traps? Rain catchers first.
Overnight, it was rather heavy rain. So in total, you managed to get 8 gallons per. So they're all full. So that should be 24 gallons. And you now have one more person, I do believe, than you did before.
No, we'll just have to keep an eye on the barrel too if we don't get any, so I can do all that.
Well, you guys start to head out again?
Our
Traps.
Oh yeah, traps. The first 3 all sit empty.
The last one you see Artist Simber standing over your trap.
It's like,
In the last one, you find a boar.
Ooh, a
Magic
boar.
barrage.
Between everyone here and the fact that it can't get away, you easily kill it.
These poor animals.
What do you think hunting is, sir?
I don't say that out
Are you
loud.
vegan?
I'm just thinking, it's just like, all of a sudden it's like, hey look, there's a boar. Everybody's just like, rain down hell upon it.
no, we're not gonna do that. Basically, we just have Tabin and Erd. And Shazga go up, stab it. You don't need a rain barrage at it.
I need to keep on my practice.
Of missing?
How's my egg doing, Joe?
Your egg seems to be alright.
Alright.
Just look at you. Don't worry. We'll make sure Tabin gets his practice on hitting you. Okay, what do we get for the boar?
I actually lost a chart I was using for how much meat you get.
You fool.
Like last time it was like 4.
I think it was
For what? For rations?
equivalent to 4 rations.
We got a total of 8 pounds of meat off of that.
Okay, I found it. Medium is 8.
So we got 8 rations. So I believe we only lost 1 ration.
You have 8 per day, don't you? 5 party members, 1 drill, and your 2 guides.
Mm-hmm.
Tabin.
And Tabin, so 9.
Yep. So one ration was used.
Yep. Well, you head out again. Continue heading further. And it is an uneventful day.
Excellent. I believe we do our same routine.
Yep, set up the tents, get everything set up.
For hunting traps, and then I will send Jacques out today.
I will take first watch.
I believe Jacques should have a sort of survival skill now.
Yes.
So now he can actually roll to see if he finds anything.
Ooh. Oh.
Oh,
His
Found
first,
something!
his first roll.
Now we expect a lot of good things from Jacques.
finds a grub.
A really big grub.
Everybody else just gonna sit around at the camp and wait.
I got an egg patch, so leave me alone.
Tiamat comes following Jack's back here. Yeah.
After about an hour and a half, Jacques comes back, and he appears to have the head of a ghoul. He lays it at your feet, Professor.
Oh.
Yummy.
It's got a blue triangle tattooed into its forehead.
Different
Okay, next time
symbol.
we're in port, we gotta ask about that.
We did. Nobody thought of it. Well, at least the Arad. Now we got a ghoul's head with a blue triangle, and the other one had a cross on it.
No, that one had a triangle as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no, that had a triangle on it. Yep.
Okay.
It's the same symbol you saw last time.
So something to do with this blue triangle. Could be another necromancer's mark.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, guess we'll put it on.
Mountain Thunder.
Yeah.
Alright. Who's gonna take what watch?
I'll take first.
No, I said first.
What if I want first, though?
Okay, I'll take second.
Oh.
I'll take 3rd.
And I can do last. Unless Erd wishes to do
Alright.
so.
Nope, Erd is missing his egg. Leave me alone.
First watch.
Here we
Roll.
go. Nat 20. No.
So would have been hilarious if it was in that one.
That's what I was expecting.
You are aware of further flatulence, but nothing else special.
Okay.
Shadowscale is not as obsessed, but is still mesmerized to a degree by the sound, the rhythm,
The
the
beat.
timbre.
I
Yes.
swear, I can hear the voice of my dead mother.
That's disturbing.
That's
Nothing else happens,
beautiful.
so
Wake up the next
third watch.
Listen to the voice.
You hear something fly overhead.
But that's all.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't go look, you just hear it.
How would I go look? Do I look up? Do I see anything?
You'd have to try and find somewhere where there's a clearing in the trees so that you can see over the canopy.
Is there one nearby?
Not that you know of, you'd have to leave and go look for one.
Okay,
Ooh, climb a tree.
I'll wake up someone and say I'm gonna, keep watch. I'm gonna go look for something.
Who are you waking up?
Well, it shouldn't be someone who's already had a watch, and it shouldn't be someone who's going to take the watch next.
Third.
Fine. I shove my egg in my sleeping bag.
Make a
and go
perception roll.
marching.
Harmony.
What kind of roll?
Perception.
What you just made.
Like how the last two nat 20s were both 22.
You wander around for a bit till you eventually see a break in the canopy, and you look as a small flock of pteranodons fly overhead.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna go back to camp.
Alright.
My egg.
I'll
Erd goes
I'll
back
report
up
my
his egg.
findings and finish my watch.
Erd goes back to curling up around his egg.
Yep.
And eventually you go and wake up fourth watch.
He's a good daddy.
Taven and the professor are a little more drowsy today.
I can't focus
Eyes
on
only
the
half open.
between the
But
fine
nothing
dancer.
ever shows up, so morning breaks.
The usual routine then.
Nope.
The traps are set. Bugs bedded.
You go to go check on your traps. And in one of them, you find what you can only describe as a child-sized lizard with wings caught in it.
Looks cute.
Interesting.
Kind of want to keep it.
Is it shadow scale size? I'm 2'2".
Yeah, it is your size.
Is it one of your kind? Does it evolve form?
What's it look like?
It is, like I said, a lizard with wings.
Does it seem intelligent?
No, it just seems like an animal.
I want to go up to it.
It breathes lightning.
Spits acid at him.
Dragonling?
I don't know. Just kind of examining it, seeing what it looks like. You know, getting closer look and
And
trying to get it to calm down a little bit. Like, shh, shh.
it's very upset because it's caught in a trap.
No.
Like, does it look big enough to at least feed us for a couple of, like, a day? Or at least get a couple meals?
Oh yeah, you could definitely get some meat off of it.
Well, should we kill it?
Well, Shadow Scale, what do you say?
'Cause I kind of want to keep it.
I want to pet it.
Pet it at your own risk.
I will ask for a ration,
I'll pull out a ration.
then I will place it at its feet. Wave it in front of its eyes so it knows it's there first.
Alright? You wave in front of its eyes and it looks at you, kind of bares its teeth a little bit, and then as you get closer to set the ration down, its tail lashes out.
I was gonna say, can I just like push Shadow Scale away? Just be like, nope.
No. You take 8
Jeez.
piercing damage and make a Constitution saving throw. You take 5 poison damage.
And at that, I firebolt it.
I was gonna say that's like closer, yeah. Firebolted.
No!
Both your firebolts, well, make the attack rolls, I guess. Both of you don't seem to do too much to it. It's able to lay flat enough so that your bolts go right over it. And it's got relatively quick reflexes.
I mean, I could burning hands this thing,
Don't hurt! Let go.
but it's food.
Have plenty food.
Could have more food.
Check other traps.
Alright.
I mean, can this thing...
Okay.
Have you guys even tried, I don't know, it seems weird to talk to it.
He says it's bestial.
unintelligent.
So
Yeah, it
unless,
seems like an animal.
so unless we have, unless someone can actually speak, I can't.
Technically, I can speak with animals. I have the speak with animal spell.
But do we want to?
Not really.
Our days are generally uneventful.
Yeah.
It's not like it'd be
I have an egg
too much.
to hatch.
Well, hell. Let it open.
I shall release.
Alright, you go over to open it, and it
Yeah,
starts biting and using its tail on you.
I'm gonna use my mage hand to grab its tail.
Make a dex check.
Dex.
You miss and it catches you. You take 9 piercing and make a con save.
Con.
You take 4 poison on top of the 9 piercing. It tries to bite you, but it can't get through your chainmail.
Well, it seems releasing it is not working so well.
I'm gonna
Well,
kick
you get it. If you keep working at it, you get it
Yeah,
out.
I'll
It's
keep
just- it
working.
did that while you... Yeah, you get it out, and as soon as you get the trap open, it flies away.
Yeah, damn
Zooming
right.
up through the trees.
Let's go to the next one.
You check, and all your other traps are empty.
You win some, you lose some.
Alright. Enough excitement, let's continue on.
Alright, you head out.
Should I heal myself a little bit?
That would be the one time something happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
So I'll ask the metal lady to heal me.
At this time, the DM had some issues with uploading the image of the city of Mazro.
I got a city.
A very interesting city.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We should
I was
claim this
hoping-
as our own.
I was hoping there's been
Currently
a little
overrun.
flying creature.
It's currently overrun, Tyler.
I mean,
You don't have proof for that.
your guides lead you over a cliff face that overlooks it. An ancient city is sprawling before you, crumbling walls from a circle divided into 4 quarters, with a gargantuan vine-covered temple at its center. A maze of ruins lies beneath. The buildings are half flooded and draped in thick jungle foliage. To the northwest, smoke rises from a small shanty town, slumped on stilts just outside the city walls. I mean, your guides point out it's a well-known city, that little shanty is the Flaming Fist's little forward operating base that they send people in to try and find more stuff. But it is the lost city of Mesno.
We found it!
Well, Lost City's not so fitting anymore.
Yeah.
Semi-lost.
Shall we carry on?
Yes, you keep moving. And the day is uneventful. You may camp for the night. Gondolo volunteers to take a watch. He doesn't care which, but he'll take a watch.
Then I will take first.
I could take second.
I have decided to sleep for tonight.
That's what I was about to say, so I'll take third.
So Gondolo gets 4th.
Yep.
Alright, first watch. Keep a lookout, but nothing in particular happens. Things are just as uneventful for Harmony. Jungle noises, but not much else for you, Igadus. And Gondolo keeps a close watch, walks the perimeter, but nothing ever happens. Overnight, the temperature has actually gone back up to where it normally is. It's back around 80 degrees. The humidity has also gone back to normal. It's not as muggy as it was. However, it is literally raining all day now, even. It's been raining through the night into the day, non-stop. Your rain catchers are overflowing. Also, after you left Mesro, Gondolo makes a point that you actually made really good time. And if we continue at this rate, we should be crossing the large ravine on the map pretty soon. So everybody gets ready to head out.
Taz,
Well, you begin going, and right around you stop, you have lunch, and you've been kind of following the edge of this ravine for a while. It's a very steep fall into a river, and you're trying to find a good place where it either narrows out or drops off, or some kind of crossing. And eventually, you find a bridge crossing the chasm, though it does appear to be relatively damaged on one side. You could probably make the jump, though.
This bridge.
I mean, does it look like there's anything interesting on the other side?
I mean, you have to get to the other side in order to get to where you're going.
There dinosaurs can make that.
It'd be difficult, but you could try.
What if we, like, do we have more rope and stuff? Could we try reinforcing it first?
We do have more rope. That could be a good idea.
Yeah, I say we should try that. Reinforce it so we can at least a little safer thing to get the dinos across.
Is that like a workshop check?
Give me a second.
Oh,
Certainly an
stone
interesting
bridge.
statue in there.
There's a couple on the side too. That one's broken.
So, a stone shrine stands on the midpoint of the bridge. It consists of an imposing statue of a Chilton warrior wearing a war mask, hunkered down like a panther ready to pounce. Like the monkeys elsewhere on the bridge, the carving is highly stylized. Bright gems flash in its eye sockets. A human skeleton lies crumpled near the statue's feet. Several of its bones are obviously broken. But it's impossible to tell whether these injuries happened while the person was alive or were caused by scavengers after death.
Can we ask our guides if they know anything about these statues or this bridge?
Gondolo, now upon being here, kind of goes, "Oh yeah, this was that one place, what was it? Ada's Muhahaha. Aha. I think it literally means the Laughing Gorge.
And what does that mean?
Well, I guess it'd be something to do with all the monkeys, personally. See?
Well, the dinosaurs won't be able to cross the bridge with that statue in the way. I don't suppose it looks like it can be moved. How big is it?
It's a pretty decent-sized statue.
Alright then. How deep does the water look off the side that's running below it?
Well, it's not particularly deep, it's more the drop. If you guys look way up at the top right of the map... Oh, I think it's blocked off.
It's black.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. There's a dinosaur there. Is that dinosaur down there, actually?
Yeah.
No, that's just a depiction, though, to get you a reference of how high up this is.
Oh man, there's definitely no chance those dinos making that jump.
No.
Well, the gassing one might make it. If you get enough gas, if you get enough
Just
speed.
light a fire behind it.
Yeah.
I want to take some time to kind of like walk along the edge, like up the top and bottom of the wall's edge to see if there's any kind of an incline leading down.
No, it's pretty straight drop all the way. You've been following this ridge for several miles, and
Okay.
it's been straight drops the whole time. Sheer cliffside.
Yeah, I guess we have to go around it. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't have anything that could do something like that. So what do you think? I mean, we can try to knock down some trees and drag them over there. But yeah, to go back towards Kelly's question, would the dinosaurs be able to make it past that statue? I don't think you answered that.
I think the answer is obvious.
They would not.
Well, let me go around.
Do our guides know another way around?
No, not particularly. We'll just have to keep following the cliff until we find a spot where it levels off or it starts to go down.
Okay.
In the meantime,
then
anybody curious about checking out the statue and the dead guy at the foot of it?
I kind of am.
Not particularly.
Hey, Professor, this is kind of your area.
Gives me adventure.
Kind of nudge the professor.
It normally would be my area if I was from Chult.
I mean, you've looked at every other statue along the way.
It's true.
Yeah, it's got you there.
Yeah, I've never seen you so eager not to learn something or write something down in your little notebook.
I don't know, something about those eyes. Statue.
Don't look at the eyes.
I was struck by literal lightning when I was Guruk, and you told me, nah, it's worth it. Get up there, man.
Yeah. I've seen you do some sketchy stuff, to your teammates to, get something. And you're just scared of a little bit of eyes and a skeleton. Can I see anything else around the base of the statue? Is there, or is it just bones of that one skeleton?
It appears to just be bones. You can't make out any details.
Very well.
I will go
Begin
up there with
walking
you.
up there.
But like,
Alright, you walk up
Taven
there.
will take the lead, though.
coward.
Never once
Just
said it was a
lightning,
brave
guys.
man.
Keep pushing forward.
You got control of your minis.
I'm gonna follow behind the professor and Taven.
I will guard the rear because I am the strongest.
Yeah, you get closer. It's a pretty overgrown statue. Vines and plants cover it.
Guess I'll get to the base of it and start clearing some away. Maybe look for an inscription.
I'll move up.
You clear some away, and you see. Make an intelligence roll.
Swear to God, this better not
Is
fail
this
me.
one of the things he has good
One,
notes when
one,
investigating?
one.
You recognize this symbol. You've seen it before. It is the holy symbol of Ubtao, which is essentially a circle with a maze in it. Literally, it's how the city of Mesmer was built. You draw the connection.
Interesting.
You know, them gems look like they could be worth something, Professor.
If you want the gems, you can take them.
Dang, I was hoping you'd jump up there and grab them. I'm gonna walk up to this side of the thing and kind of just like look around it, see if there's anything around it.
So, skeleton, I assume, is like right here? Right here?
Yeah, right at the base. Also, how did you clear away the vines and what?
Using my dagger.
All right.
Be a little hard to do if I use my hands.
Just being
While he's
sure. 'Cause these are
while he's
thick
doing that,
vines.
I'll check out the skeleton corpse body.
It is picked completely clean.
And the only thing I see is the symbol of Ubtal.
Back it up.
Don't like that sound. Like, did the monkey chattering actually stop?
The monkeys have all gone completely silent as a very loud, strange noise echoed through the entire canyon.
Get
I think
away
that's
from
our
there,
cue.
Uncle Brother!
What? You only care about him?
I
To
said I'd
tell
protect
me to
his
get
life.
away?
You
Said
also
I'd
forgot.
protect his life.
and
I'm very sure that you're capable of taking care of yourself.
Oh yeah, true. I am. I'm gonna take a couple steps back. I think we should just head out now. You got what you needed? Do your drawings? Read your descriptions?
Oh! Now who's afraid of the statue?
I'm not afraid of the statue. Did you not hear that roar?
No.
Yeah, let's go.
You actually didn't hear it.
No, he did not.
No, remember, Joe, I keep it silent.
Well, I would say turn on your sound then, because I'm literally playing sound effects that your characters are actually hearing. Do you have your sound on?
Mm-hmm.
So, what you heard was this. That's why everybody suddenly started backing up, like, no.
It was like, okay, I think it's time for us to leave now.
Not backing up. I'm just guarding the rear. Like I was told, that is the strongest place for me.
Well, let's
Well,
head
you guys-
on down.
You guys decided to try and find another way?
I guess.
Yep.
Alright.
It's quite a many more days for us to travel before we're actually to our destination.
No, you skip past Ataz Muhaha,
Or, wait, ooh, aha.
and eventually night falls.
I can
And
take
the ancient
first.
demon monkey will haunt the professor for all of its life.
We'll set up 4 traps. I shall take first.
I'll go second.
I'll take third.
I can take fourth.
Sleep with my egg.
Alright. First watch, it's uneventful. Tabin's a little on edge after hearing that strange noise in the gorge. Same goes for Shadow Scale. Nothing to be said on your watch.
Go wake up. No, I don't. He stays asleep.
I mean, you wake up
No,
Icarus.
you
He looks
wake him up.
really drowsy, and he goes and he sits by the fire, and he kind of drowses off. Dozes.
It's been a while since he's done this.
Let's go, say it's been a while.
Eventually, after an unknown amount of time, Undriel walks over and taps you on the shoulder.
Yep.
She points to the horizon. It's morning. Everybody else is already up and getting stuff together.
I did a double shift. Okay.
Yeah, a double shift of sleeping.
Mm,
Again.
yep. It's been a while. Shut up.
And yet you seem to be the only one that does it.
There was one other person. Who was it?
Well, let's see.
You!
No, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah,
Twice.
it was me. But there were other
Oh my
people.
gosh.
You did it twice.
You did an
I
actual.
forgot.
You did an
I kept
actual
getting
shadow
carried
scale.
to Yeah. Could have.
Anyways, we will do our bugs. And the traps.
Yep. Weather and humidity are the same, but the rainfall is lighter than it's been. You didn't get. There was only 4 gallons per the rain catcher this time. You only got 12 gallons overnight. But Gondola points out that with the decrease in rainfall, it'll help in keeping you on the move. Well, you guys head out?
Traps.
Traps.
Yep, traps. Got 4 of them out, right?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Well, you go up to your first 2, and they're empty.
Okay.
You get to your 4th one, and it's gone. There are footprints where clearly something stepped in it and kept walking.
How big are the footprint?
They're decent sized. They kind of look like a large humanoid, though.
I don't think we're gonna follow that one.
Nope.
But
What about her? No. No.
I guess it's probably an undead.
This is why we brought spares.
Mm-hmm.
But to our last one.
You go to your last one, and there appears to be a Chilton man standing over it. And he says, "Is this yours?"
Yes, yes it is.
Well, it's empty.
I see
Yes,
this.
it is.
And you are?
Just a man traveling to the area.
I see.
And you are?
Just a group
traveling through the area.
Well then, how about we simply keep traveling, and we shall go our separate ways.
Agreed.
So,
With that, he just kind of walks off into the jungle.
Okay.
Hey,
you know, we
goodness.
do need some,
Why does it
strange
seem
people.
that our hunting equipment seems to attract weird people that just stand over them?
what kind of bait are you using?
As far as I know, it's normal bait.
Because it's somebody who saw the trap and was like, "Oh, that's interesting." And so, player knowledge, he was watching the trap, hoping to see something fall into it, and then he would take it.
That's what I figured.
But nothing else came into it.
We meet some interesting people in this forest or jungle, don't we?
I'm rolling on the random tables. This is all I'm
I know,
doing.
you're getting some weird stuff.
Well, let's collect it and get on our way.
Yes.
All right. You pick up your traps. You have
Yep.
1 less, and you start heading out.
No, I'm not. I hit my mic. But
He has to
I'm
do
trying.
that to live.
yeah, I'm trying not to breathe right now.
Well, you head on, and after just a couple hours of marching, you immediately run into another large dead dinosaur.
This does not
This one
bode
appears to be
well.
a triceratops with huge chunks missing.
Does not bode well.
Okay.
No teeth?
No teeth, just chunks.
I think we should take the horns.
And put them where, genius?
I mean,
There's
we got Mountain Thunder.
Flatulating Trike and our Mountain Thunder.
Well, if you take the time, you can cut off the horns.
No, it was just a
Go, Erd!
No, Earth's busy. Sorry.
thought. All right. Well,
Well, you keep moving when all of a sudden, right around noon as you're having lunch, things get really dark. And as they do, unlike normally, where at night the noises increase, all the jungle noises stop,
I don't
and
like
it is
this,
eerily
guys.
silent.
Shall I assume this is a storm?
There's no rain or wind. It's just really dark all of a sudden. Like, and it's not like dark as in cloudy, like black.
Sound we hear is the musical remnants of, the trike.
This is not natural. It's probably caused by magic.
Everybody be on guard.
Magical awareness.
There's no magic happening.
Well then.
Well, I say we finish up and keep moving.
But almost as quickly as it came, it suddenly passes. And all of the noises come back.
We all just have a simultaneous stroke.
I do smell bread. Oh, no, that's a heart attack.
Toast.
Oh, toast, yeah.
Toast and smoke, like cigarette smoke.
Toast and smoke, it's a heart attack. What happens if you smell like Subway's toasted bread?
Then you're probably in a subway.
I was gonna say it.
No.
Probably dying.
It's Heaven smells like Subway. Or hell.
Hellway.
Well, you keep moving, walking along your path, making your way, and you make it eventually to a spot where the cliff sides go down, and you are now actually at the river proper, and you figure you can cross.
Yay.
Fill my barrel
And-
first.
Right as you do, you don't know how else to say other than one of the trees walks out of the tree line onto the beach,
Tree folk.
and it looks like a humanoid tree, and it's just standing there, like
Does it have a
towering
trap
over
on
you.
his leg?
I was gonna say, is there a trap on it?
No, you don't see a trap.
Well, hello there.
Does anybody speak tree?
Yes.
No,
No.
you just
Fuck
bark at it.
you!
If it is Sylvan, I can.
Sylvan?
Language.
Sylvan?
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
No, they speak Barkanese.
I also have another one. I don't know how to pronounce that one either. Elestial. That one too I didn't pick. It just came.
So we have a tree person standing on the beach in front of us.
Yes, it has. I mean, as it started stepping forward, it took a much more humanoid shape, but it hasn't said anything, and it basically has a neutral facial expression.
Dryad.
How's it going?
It would have to be a dryad. Took a more humanoid shape.
It's still clearly a tree, and I think you would have to be familiar with that. Usually, the legends about dryads say that they take the form of like actual people. Usually,
Language is Dryad's
What's
lazy.
your name?
it doesn't respond to you.
Sylvan at it.
I even used a tree pun.
Go earn.
Looks like we're barking up the wrong tree, guys.
I am going to murder you.
Oh,
I think we should make a leaf and
like
blow away.
a tree and leaf. It alone.
Say hello, Erd and Sylvan.
I'll say hello in whatever my language. When Andre said.
You say hello in Sylvan, and it responds saying hello back in Sylvan.
Okay.
And then she asks what you're doing in her jungle.
We're going somewhere. I don't know where we're going anymore.
Trying to get this place called Needle's Bones.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to get the needle's bones.
She just kind of nods slowly, very tree-like. Everything she does is very slow.
Ask what she is.
What are you?
She tells you that she is a Ravenala.
Okay.
Ask if she's like a protector of this jungle.
Are you the protector of this jungle? I don't even know what a Ravenol is.
Neither do I.
She very slowly nods and then tells you that she protects the fauna and foliage, the
Then-
flora.
Tell her we will take care not to harm the jungle as we're making our way to Needle's Bones.
What Andre said.
She nods, and then basically walks back into the tree line and turns back into a normal tree.
Let's go!
Okay. We can move.
Now, granted, this is still a pretty wide river.
Yeah.
How deep is it? Like,
It's deep enough
I
to
know.
house a plesiosaur again.
Well, that was the other river. You're at a different river now.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That river
But
looks
at
smaller
the-
than this river does.
Yeah, this river is even wider and deeper than the one you were at.
Oh
Where
god.
you are.
You can house
Might have
two.
I have a mosasaur.
Yeah.
I think we should send Erd into the water first and see if he can see anything.
So it's also getting late. So if you do manage to cross the river, you don't have a canoe or anything.
I
That's
don't
gonna
need
be-
a canoe. I have a swim speed of 30.
Well, regardless, if you cross the river, by the time you get to the other side, you'll have to make camp.
Yeah, let's just
No.
make camp here and then go
I'll
in
just
the
sit in
morning.
the water.
Alright.
No, let's
but
make camp towards in the forest bit.
No traps. Use only dead wood.
I mean, you usually do only use dead wood for fires.
Yeah, but sometimes you strip bark off trees.
Well, you all make camp
No.
on the beach,
Take an extra careful to be green.
and yeah, who's gonna take what watch?
I'll take third.
I'll take
I'm
first.
Gonna just sleep with my egg. Gonna hit
I'll
this
take
motherfucker.
second.
Take a latch.
Fourth. Windrill will take fourth.
Okay.
So were we setting up our traps? Or we were just
That's
gonna
up to you
let
guys.
go?
We can do the fish
No
traps.
Yeah.
But why? It just said that protects the flora and fauna.
Fish traps. So you know how either of those are counted as fish?
I would imagine it will extend its protection to the fish, but
It needs to be we can throw the fish back.
Well, you put out your fish traps then.
Yes.
You just have two of them, right?
Yes.
fauna is a
Alright.
term which refers to all of animal life.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, Sam. I was correct.
Yeah.
Well, you all right. You put out your fish traps and get ready for bed.
No.
First watch.
Have to. We'll just
Son of
point
a
the
bitch.
It's been a while.
The tree is gonna take him.
Oh great, something's gonna happen to me.
Maybe to grab you.
We'll get
You,
kidnapped.
You doze off for a while, and all of a sudden you jolt awake, and there's like 3 trees around the camp now, and not like fallen tree size, but a tree lady. Like she doesn't look like she's human shaped, clearly feminine, but still looks like just made of bark, sitting on one of the logs, like looking at the fire.
Now we actually encounter an actual dryad.
Hi. I kind of wave.
She looks over at you, tilts her head as you say hi, and then as you wave, she kind of like hesitantly waves back.
It's your attacks.
I'm gonna go find Erd. It's like I'm gonna be like, one moment, holding up my hands. Erd,
Need
need you.
I got an egg to do with.
As you get up and start like going around, from the like tree branches, several veggie pygmies drop down with spears and like point them at you. But you notice that they are specifically like forming a line between you and the female-looking tree sitting on the log. They let you go over to her. They seem to not want you to go near her.
I need your help, Erd. I
Oh,
need
man.
your
Took my
there's-
egg into my sack. Zip it up.
I need you to translate.
What the hell you do?
It wasn't me. I'm blaming also the professor. Blame him.
We should drag him out. Stop him as a sacrifice.
We might, depending how it goes. So I just need you to translate for me.
Alright.
Greetings. What can I do for you guys?
There we go.
I mean, if you say that to the veggie pygmies, they tell you to stay away from their princess.
Well, I was speaking to the princess, I guess.
Well, I guess I should say the veggie pygmies don't care. That's what they say.
Oh.
If Erd chooses to translate that.
Oh yeah.
However, the woman sitting says that she came over because she was curious. She's never seen other humanoids. There aren't very many this deep in the jungle.
Okay.
Ah. Well, yeah, we're...
So you're good to go. Slap him on the back, come back and sleep.
Do you speak the common tongue?
Every time she just once again like cocks her head, she waves her hand at you again.
Draw a picture.
Bird?
What?
What languages do you speak, Igris?
Infernal and Draconic and Common.
Because she tries a different language, but you don't understand that one either.
Oh, fine. I guess I'll stay up. Communicate with the poorest people.
Maybe we should wake up the professor. He'd be better at this.
I doubt he could speak the language.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're just an adventuring party going to
Needle's Bone.
Needle's Bone, and happen to make camp in this area for the night.
She tells you that she's never heard of that. And she thinks that's interesting.
Okay.
She stands up and goes to sit next to Igris and Erd.
Oh.
To which the veggie pygmies get even closer and look concerned, but then she says something in Sylvan and scolds them. And they all kind of, like, they still take up guard positions, but they aren't actively threatening you guys anymore.
I mean, yeah, we're just,
Yeah.
It's passive aggressive.
Yep. I mean, I'd say if you guys want to join us, you could possibly. We can't stop you from following us.
Ignis, make a wisdom save.
Oh, shit. I'm bad at wisdom saves. Oh, shit.
So close.
It
was nice knowing you.
You kind of feel like you want to join her.
Cool.
She offers out a hand and starts leading you away from the camp.
Don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
Yeah.
I've already rolled bad for my whiz. I'm like, she's leading me somewhere. I mean, the last time something led me into the woods, I got something good.
I'll see you later.
Give him a case of hardwood, guys.
You know, it's just like pointing at Erd, be like, come with.
I guess.
She then presses herself against you and shakes her head.
Okay. Have
I'm
fun.
on fucking a tree, I guess.
Are her minions
I'll
watching?
be back, Erd. I don't know. I'll be back.
I'm being tent sleeping.
You follow after her. You feel the need to go with her.
Yeah, as I'm going, I'm gonna throw some of my tools at no, he'd be in the tent. Can't do that.
Erd, make a nature roll.
Erd,
I have nature.
no.
Where's the nature at? Nature. Hi.
I got a
Please
feeling
fail.
about this.
Please. Oh.
So, Erd, you actually know a little bit about dryads, and you know that they have the ability to essentially make slaves of any male humanoid race.
Oh.
She's going to eat him when she's done.
Probably.
No, they
let
keep
him- Yep.
they keep them around, and occasionally they mate with them, but
I can't do anything about it.
they essentially just like to enslave they prefer humans, but any kind of male.
Oh, it's a good thing I wasn't down on watch.
Well,
Have fun with your new life. Go mix this.
like, I'm kind of like,
Yes!
you're really going there with them. It's like, yeah, we're going to the woods. Yeah.
Yeah, you're excited about this. You're
all
quite
that's
happy.
playing in my head is Love Shack.
I don't know how to stop this.
Well, I did yell back. It's like, if I'm not
Smack
back,
him.
tell the professor.
Nah, I don't want to get poked by little pygmies with spears.
Smack him, not her.
I can't get near her.
Why does everything bad happen to me?
Well,
So this is how we say goodbye to
throw a
Ignis.
rock at Tyler.
What was that?
You throw a rock at Tyler?
I'm gonna throw a rock. I don't want to get stabbed.
You throw a rock at him?
Yes.
Make a dex check.
He's gonna hit the dryad.
Oh,
Yeah, you hit Igris. Igris, you can make another wisdom save to try and stay up out of it.
God damn it.
You feel a rock hit your back, and you're like, "What was that?" But then she kind of reaches out and caresses your cheek, and you turn and you see her again. And you forget all about it, and you kind of go along.
you could say I got some jungle fever here.
I tried my best.
Well, who is, you might want to wake up the next watch, you know?
Who was the next watch?
You might want to wake the camp. I'm sorry, but he has a bag of holding, and a lot of stuff's in that bag of holding.
Oh god, yeah, he's gonna.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't have it on him when he's in the.
If
when
he
he's-
dies, or if
Yeah, if I die, yeah, all my stuff is, take off, my extra
but
stuff.
if you
I
die,
guess
then it's
yo for the camp people.
If I die, the enchantment comes off of it and everything just appears around the
You're
bag of
not
holding.
gonna die. You're just gonna be the slave for the next rest of your life.
She just wants you to bear her like wood babies. So
Tiefling dryads. Hmm.
That's a scary thought.
Yeah, I guess I'll yell.
I mean,
the rest of the people that wake up.
everybody else can wake up. Player knowledge: dryads can only ever have dryad
Oh.
Yeah.
children, and they're always female. And also, player knowledge: dryads actually mate most commonly with satyrs.
Mm-hmm.
What, a satyr?
Satyr,
Goat
the
men.
half-goat people.
Oh.
But yeah, so everybody else wakes up as Erd wakes the rest of the party up to let them know that Igris has been bamboozled.
How long did you wait to wake everybody up?
How long? Let's see here. What time is it now? I don't know.
In the morning or the next watch, he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Igris walked off with a bunch of dryads."
No,
A dryad,
There's one.
Or a
a
dryad.
dryad, and a bunch of
And some-
patchy pygmies.
While they're watching you, she's having a way with you. How does that make you feel?
Well, usually this happens to like Salmon's characters.
It does.
No, Sam gets raped by random with the eyes. You got
What are you all
charmed.
gonna do? Would be the first time.
come wake them, come get the fuck. What the fuck? We gotta get you.
yeah, I mean, obviously, as soon as I hear, I just start. I ask him what direction they went, and I just start running that way.
That's the way. The under.
Well, you go past. I mean, first and foremost, you're caught off guard because now the camp has trees around it that weren't there originally. But you go past them over the tree line where you find Igris, essentially being undressed by this dryad.
Igris, did you give your consent?
Yeah.
Okay, just come back when you're done. Well, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, I guess I'll see how babies are made in this way.
One or the other, she's gonna find
I
out.
wonder what kind of egg will come out.
And I see the fool is getting himself into trouble once again.
I mean, he looks pretty happy with himself.
I don't think you know what trouble is.
He's never been in this kind of trouble before.
Threw a rock at him. He didn't really do much. Just kind of.
I'll be right back.
So, what's our plan, guys? We just sit there and observe.
Fuck, I'm not watching no
I can't
tree.
imagine this is something you commonly see, Professor.
He has enough people watching him already.
Draw them like one of your French girls.
In the back. But yes, the dryad is currently pressing Igris into a tree and slowly undressing him.
I mean, I don't particularly mind. I have no sense of modesty.
Take a hostile action. That's gonna get everything else on us.
Maybe you should join them. You don't really get too many opportunities, Professor.
Shot at shadow scale.
Got any illusion magic? You can dress yourself as a half goat person. She might let him go.
No, I don't have anything like that. I've just got a lot of fire, acid.
Call yourself a necromancer.
Well, I don't necessarily think fighting is the call here. I think it's more or less just.
We don't know how many more of these pigments are hanging up in these trees.
How about you tell them that, like, once you're done with them, you kind of need them back.
I don't think she's gonna listen. I guess I'll try that.
I don't think they're necessarily evil creatures.
No.
I'm gonna get within 30 feet of her and use Charm Person.
Who's gonna charm? Her or him?
Her.
I don't think that's gonna work on a dryad.
Needs to make a Wisdom 14 check.
If anything, Sam, they probably just have an advantage on being saves against being charmed.
Well, that's if it counts as a person.
Yeah.
It says humanoid.
So talking or clicking?
What kind of save?
Wisdom.
She seems completely unaffected.
Okay, then I'm gonna try it on him.
So I gotta make a wisdom save.
Two women fighting over you, Igris. God damn. Cannot make wisdom save.
So, yeah.
When it comes to women, I guess I'm just not that wise. It's just like, hey.
Oh, what?
Hey.
You got a -1, but yeah. The fact that you keep just rolling.
And I'm just like, Igris, you want to come back to camp with us. You would rather be with us than with her.
Well, you're gonna make her mad.
Looking back and forth, like, okay, yeah.
Don't you let him finish first, and then we'll collect him. But
I'll start, like, kind of walking that way.
But I don't want him to get
Try to-
splinters.
Yeah, that would happen.
Would.
Oh my god.
The professor's like, nope, just leave him.
just try to plant some seed, guys. Come on.
Yeah. Yes, I will kind of like
It's
try
nice,
to
Sam.
wiggle
You
free
have
of
to
her
listen to
grip.
these ones again.
Yeah, you kind of snap out of hers and realize that Harmony, she's one of your best friends. Why are you leaving the group for this random
Yeah.
tree lady?
Can we speak to?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even know how to talk
Close
to
and
her.
going back.
She crosses her arms and makes like a pouty face.
I'll never forget you.
Probably will.
What were we talking about?
Professor, make a wisdom save.
Oh shit.
This is a dark part of your skills. You should be good at them.
Mm-hmm. 1.
Oh god. Fucking.
I'll be right back.
Oh lord.
Actually, I'll pick him up and drag me. Drag with me.
Come with me, Professor.
The Dryad starts to slowly and centrally walk towards the Professor, holds out a hand, puts out a beckoning finger, and suddenly the Professor starts slowly walking towards her.
No.
Ah,
Grab-
heck no. And can I just, like, march straight up to her? And do any of the pygmies intervene with that?
Oh yeah, the pygmies get between you and her and hold their spears out.
I just kind of try to tap their spears away and walk past them.
Yeah, get ready to attack you.
No, gonna grab the professor and just walk away with him.
Make your strength check.
No,
Strength contest.
I need her.
Yeah, strength contest.
Professor, I need her.
Uh-oh.
She's loving my life.
Professor.
The pull of love is too strong.
Don't worry. Oh, one. You'll be fine.
Aha!
So you don't flat out pick up the Professor, but you start, like, essentially dragging him away.
Erd, make your wisdom
To-
save.
No, I'm gonna leave.
Erd's probably left already by this.
I'm out of here.
To which the Dryad stomps her foot and, like, clenches her fist at her side. And then she just does a and then walks back into the tree line. up and
She
walked
went no loser.
into
She
one of the
went no loser,
trees.
man.
She only has so many spell slots.
Well, that was an interesting night. It's not even
You
over.
better
Random
fear
encounters.
flames.
And it's not even over. She could just be lying in wait.
That was first watch.
Wait, what happened? How'd it get out?
Harmony charmed
You're
her
out.
back, and then I
And
just
then
dragged the professor away.
and she got annoyed and walked away.
Like I said, she could just be lying in wait now.
Well then.
Nope, I'm gonna chain you to me.
You don't even have chains.
We have rope. I'll use rope instead.
You're not tying me to you.
Well, second
You tried to
watch.
fuck a tree. I don't think you get an opinion. To be
She was very
entirely
pretty.
It's still a tree.
Wait, my egg.
Go to the second watch.
I don't even know anymore.
Pretty sure I
It
was
might have
third.
been me, but
Yeah, I think you were second. I'm third, and then Undriel was fourth.
Yep. Harmony just keeps looking over at the trees.
Tree lady.
Doesn't trust.
If you don't stick your dick in poison ivy, all right?
Shadows. Gale. You sit by the fire, and you're pretty sure that now that you've dragged the professor back, things are alright. Everything's gonna go fine. Next thing you know, you're being shook awake by a halfling.
Good morning. What's for breakfast?
Well, I've already had mine. And I'm not cooking for anyone else, personally. You're just lucky I'm an early riser. Nobody else is still asleep. If you want my advice, I'd pretend you were awake the whole time. And he kind of winks at you and walks away.
Are we friends? Well,
No.
toss him a
You just
gold
kinda-
coin.
He just kind of gives a grin and is like, yeah, small folk gotta stick together, right?
Yeah.
And he goes back off to, like, preparing, like, cooking some eggs and stuff like that. Nice crispy bacon.
Who was fourth watch? Undriel?
Oh, it's morning. It's just very early morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, Undriel was fourth watch.
Well, guess I'll finish out the last couple hours before everyone wakes up.
Alright, eventually, everybody else starts to wake up. And then you see Undriel stomp over towards you, but then she sees you're awake and goes, did you do a double watch?
You look like you were tired.
Oh, that's very sweet of you, Shadowscale. She pats you on the head and walks away. Also, sometime while you were sleeping, all the trees that were around the camp are now back in the tree line.
And no one will question me.
But yes, it is morning, and you are now on the edge of a rather wide river.
And we will check our fish.
Check the fish.
Yes.
Get punched in the face.
You have a total of 11 fish between the two.
Excellent.
As you bring them back, Gondola is like, hey, smart idea. Gotta get our protein somewhere. He immediately runs over and takes like 2 of them and starts cooking them.
I'm just gonna quietly tell Igris to never hire these two again.
You're the one that hired them.
Exactly.
This is all you.
just remind me next time.
Well, I wasn't with you.
Nonetheless, you guys make for camp.
Yep, we break
camp.
camp.
I should say.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Check the water stuff.
Ford the river.
Well, today's a warmer day. You guess it's over 90 degrees today.
Oof.
Humidity's maintaining. It's decently humid.
We should have turned that tree lady into our boat.
But above all else, as you start to go, the skies start to darken, clouds roll in, and it begins to rain.
I don't like this. I don't like this jungle.
Not only does it begin to rain, it starts to rain pretty hard. And before
Maybe
you know
we
it, it is an absolute downpour.
Yeah, I don't think we're crossing the river right now. Why don't we just keep walking down, and maybe there's a spot where it's not as wide.
That's fair.
We'll have to find a spot.
So we'll keep heading down the river.
All right.
As far as the map is concerned, it looks like it's like right here.
Well, you start to head out. The day seems uneventful. Creatures kind of seem to not want to be out here in this awful weather.
Yeah.
But you're all soaked absolutely to the bone. Rain catchers are completely full. Nonetheless, you travel for a day that is uneventful.
Well, let's hurry up and get these tents pitched and get dried off as well as we can.
I'll sleep this time.
I'm sleeping too.
I can take a watch with Taven.
I'll put
Until
my egg.
volunteers.
I'll take whatever is available.
Fodul says he'll take one as well. So who's taking which one?
I can do first.
I'll do second.
Fodul takes third, and Untold will take fourth. Oh, Taven, I mean, he's not asleep. Oh, also, disadvantage because of the rain. Taven clearly doesn't see anything. He's not asleep because of the rain, but yeah, you can't make out anything. It is pouring. You're not walking around the perimeter. You're staying underneath a tent so you don't get soaked, and you're just kind of looking out, but you don't see anything. Run across to the other tent to go wake up Harmony. You have a little bit better eyesight than the professor, Taven, so you look around, but you don't see anything. Then again, pretty sure nothing wants to be out in this. Eventually, you shake Fodul up. Doesn't want to. In fact, he hates this. Yeah, he can't make out much. Way too rainy. Even so, he goes and wakes up Undriel. It's wet, it's raining, it's hot and muggy. I hate this jungle. But eventually the morning comes.
I'm guessing it's still raining. No.
It starts to lighten up. It becomes just a slight drizzle. And actually the rainfall has dropped the temperatures a fair bit. It's back down in the 60s again. But overnight, your rain catchers were completely overflowing once more.
That's good.
So do you just want to keep following the river, or do you want to try making a crossing now that the rain has let up?
How wide is it now? Or is it about the same?
It's about the same.
Do we want to keep going down and seeing if there's a
This seems to just generally be a wider river than the one you were following.
Mm-hmm.
Though it is roughly as wide as the River Star, the one you went down the first time to get to Camp Righteous.
No.
Well, I mean, I'm good to try and ford it.
Tie ropes to each other just in case somebody starts slipping.
Yeah.
Alright, well then whoever wants to lead the way can make a athletics check.
I have +4.
I was gonna say we should probably have like Erd lead the way.
Oh, +4 too.
Just because he's, the natural
Erd.
swimmer.
You actually have swimming speed, so I'll allow you to do it at advantage.
Oh boy. Swimming speed. Ja. Oh boy.
Well,
You get caught up in the water, it slows you down, but the current never takes you away, it just kind of moves you down a little bit. But you cross the river. Definitely slowed down by having your pack animals with. And anything that you didn't make sure to put way up high has now gotten a little damp. Because they were almost entirely submerged while they were swimming. And these animals are not built to swim well either. They can, but it's not meant to. Nonetheless, you keep moving.
the Needle's bones. Or do we want to stop at Sabal first when we fly? No, it makes sense to go to Needle's bones first and swing around to Sabal because we're going to that village, right?
Yeah, something like that.
I guess it depends on
Well,
where we are on the map.
You get your guides tell you, if you break out your map, they tell you that right around here somewhere.
Yeah, Needle's bones.
Nonetheless, your journey for the day is uneventful.
I will take first. First.
I'll take second.
I can do third.
Gondola will take fourth. You keep a lookout, but you don't see anything.
Okay. Wake up the next one.
Second watch, make your roll. You look around, jungle sounds, but nothing of note.
Then I'll wake up third.
Yeah, it's just another watch. Midnight passes, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., but you don't notice anything. So, you go wake up fourth watch. Gondolo looks around, keeps a watch, doesn't come across anything, makes himself some nice little breakfast before everyone else gets up. It was another uneventful night.
Did you roll to recharge your wand of magic missiles, by the way, since you last used it?
No, I didn't use it all.
Oh, it
By
doesn't.
this time, it would be full.
Yeah, and I had one charge left on it.
But every morning you recharge it.
Yeah.
At this point, it would be full, because it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks.
That's true. Well, I don't think we mentioned putting out traps, so I guess we just leave.
No, you didn't.
Well, onwards.
You head out once more. And as today, the temperatures start to go back up, climbing back up into the 70s. It is less humid today, though.
That's good.
But you've got heavy rains once again.
So how far do we make it?
Well, you're pretty sure you're close to the Needle's Bones at this point. Your guides guess maybe another day or so.
Okay. So are we at the point where we're making camp? Or are we still walking?
You're still walking. You overhear actually, everyone make perception rolls at disadvantage. The professor is the only one. You hear the very faintest sound of... It sounds like something flying overhead.
You didn't roll for the other guy, though, too, but I guess whatever.
You mean the two guides?
Yeah.
I didn't roll for either of them.
Oh, okay, no, I saw the roll up there, but it's not for this kid.
They aren't even... make another perception roll. Not at disadvantage, just a perception roll. There appear to be a small group of Anakokna flying over you.
Oh, the bird people.
I don't remember the name of that one bird man we saved.
And they're flying very high up, and they aren't even looking at you. They're just flying overhead, and it looks like they're headed southwest.
Oh.
So now it's moving towards Sabal.
Nonetheless, you manage... Yep, you walk the rest of the day until nightfall, and they camp once more.
I'll take first.
We'll set up some traps.
All 4 or 3?
We'll do 3 traps, yeah.
Alright. Bait.
Baited, yep.
And who's doing what watches besides Shadowscale doing first?
I'll take...
You'll take what?
Cut off before. Second.
I'll do third.
Perfect.
Yeah. Alright, first watch.
Is it still raining?
It is still raining. Quite hard.
Disadvantage. Perception.
Well, you can't make out anything. It's up to you if you actually want to sit out in the rain, but it's very wet.
Nope.
Well, your watch passes. Pass it on, wake up Igris.
Well... I shall kind of sit near the, at the edge of the door, kind of inside the tent a bit, just kind of looking out constantly. At disadvantage, right?
Disadvantage. Yep, it's raining really hard. Yeah, it's just bad out there. Can't see anything. But nothing happens.
Okay, I shall go wake up next watch. Be right back.
Same for Harmony. Hard rain. Makes it difficult to find anything. But nothing wants to find you either, it looks like. That's for Taman and the Professor. Yeah, it's just... Taman sits inside the tent, basically pulls up a little camping stool equivalent of, and he kind of nods off. Professor, you just look out into the rain and can't make out anything. The rain keeps going on into the morning.
Guess we'll check our traps.
You head out into the rain, and despite the rain, it's somehow hotter and I mean, it makes sense. It's muggier, but it's hotter. It's now up in the 90s again.
Oh god.
You go, and first 2 traps are empty, but your third one caught a boar again. It's miserable.
We shall put it out of its misery.
Well, you got another 8 worths of food.
How's my egg doing, Joe?
Your egg still hasn't hatched. There doesn't appear to be anything wrong with it, it just hasn't hatched yet. Nonetheless, you guys start to head out. Your rain catchers are once again completely overfilled. And eventually, in the pouring rain, you make it to what should be where the needle's bones are. And it appears to be a wide sinkhole. The earth around it is littered with goblin bones. The opening is 90 feet across, and it's roughly circular. And there are stone walls that are nearly vertical. 30 feet down, the sinkhole is filled with murky green water collected from all the rain. Hundreds of frogs hop from one floating plant to another. And the massive rib cage and fine wing bones of a dragon rise from the murk. Vines, moss, and lichen hang from the bones, and judging from how much the skeleton is exposed, you'd guess that water is probably good 3 to 4 feet deep.
Well, it looks like we found our dragon buddy.
Do we want to make camp here first, and maybe let the rain subside?
Well,
That might be a good idea.
The bones of a god.
I did tell you they could be killed.
I know gods can die. I'm not stupid. It's still weird to see it, though. I feel almost sad.
Well, you guys are gonna make camp at the edge then?
That's what I suggested.
I suggest that'd be fine. We should probably make it a little bit farther away from the edge, though.
You mean plant it right there at the edge?
I'll take first watch then.
What time of day is it?
It's like 3 in the afternoon.
No, it's gonna say.
Everyone, let's look around.
He's taking watch.
We'll set up camp and then go kind of scout the area out.
Alright.
We're gonna reset up the tent.
The area is
Yeah.
littered with goblin bones. Could be a
We'll
goblin
put my egg in the tent.
hideout.
In my super egg.
Well, you guys set up your little camp that we're looking at, and Farul and Gondola look quite excited and start, like, going around the area. They don't even take time to set up camp, they immediately start, like, looking around, checking stuff. It only takes a few minutes for Farul to get down. He literally, like, hops all the way down into the mucky water. Frogs start to scatter. Gondola stays a little way up, considering, you know, it's potentially 4 feet deep. He doesn't want to be that deep. And takes a deep breath. Farul goes down and starts to literally go through the mud underneath. He's like pulling up mud and trying to see what he finds amongst it, but he usually just pulls up handfuls of goblin bones, or sometimes occasionally a spearhead. What are the rest of you
Finding
doing?
anything useful yet? I say sarcastically.
It's a big sinkhole. It's gonna take some time.
Yeah, I
What
don't
are the rest
know
of you
what else.
doing?
I'll go down a little ways, but I can't go all the way down. I'm only 2'2".
I'll try to
No.
make it down with them.
I can go down.
I'll
Yeah,
use
go down into
magical
the water.
awareness.
Use magic awareness.
Dimensional aid.
You don't detect anything.
Suppose the mud would act like total cover. You.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much I can do.
Suddenly, Farul starts screaming.
Like happy screams, or
No, pain. And he starts trying to, like, get out of the water, and he starts flailing.
Gonna go to
And-
the edge.
As
Look
he's
down.
flailing, you see that he's bleeding as his hands come above the water.
Someone save him.
What do you say him?
I'm 2'2".
I will jump
You guys
down.
can make perception rolls at disadvantage. Erd, you manage to notice lots and lots of small fish around him and occasionally jumping out of the water, biting at him.
Piranhas.
Alright,
I'm
everyone
not.
get out of the water.
You actually recognize these animals, since you're from the area, as quippers.
That equivalent to like a piranha?
Yeah, it's basically a piranha.
Okay.
Don't let him swim me, pee-hole.
That's a different. That's a parasite fish. It's only if you pee in the water.
Yeah, I know.
And it sums up.
Alright.
Then you gotta amputate.
But yes, is anyone gonna do anything for Farul?
I'll get him. I'll help him out of the water if he gets close enough to the edge.
Make a strength check to try and pull him out.
If you're at the edge,
You fall in.
I'll jump down to pull them out.
What's your current armor class?
15.
You take 19 piercing damage as they start to tear at you and take chunks out of you.
I'm casting Thunder Wave.
As you're on top of the man.
No, I'm not on top of him. He's near me.
He just fell
You're
in.
next to him. But you can't remember. You can aim Thunder Wave.
Yeah. So I'm doing it on, basically. I'm gonna try to push him behind me and then do it towards the open.
Okay.
Towards the open, you're gonna shoot it up in the sky.
Towards the open water.
You just said towards the open.
Common sense. Make a Constitution save.
Well, you see some of them float to the surface as your thunderous boom goes out, but there's still plenty more in there.
Now get out of the water.
And I mean, it does. I mean, would it push the water at all, Joe? Because it does fling
No.
anything that is not nailed down 10 feet away.
Yeah, but the water immediately fills right back in. It's warm.
Yeah.
And more of them begin to bite you. As you take another 14 piercing damage.
I'm pulling them out.
Yeah, I'm down.
Make a strength check.
What the fuck?
You fall into the water.
Oh, rage.
What's your armor class?
16.
You take 18 piercing damage as they just start biting you.
You idiots, get out of the water!
I'm
down.
Tired's just floating
All
there.
rage.
Mm-hmm.
Farul starts trying to drag himself out of the water.
Oh no, don't be the one I think it is.
Is it your flowers?
Farul goes down as well, and they start trying to eat.
Whenever a creature hits me with an attack roll before my rage ends, I lash out and they take 1d6 force damage.
So you can kill them one at a time.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna-
They're all biting me all at once to deal all that much damage. A bunch are dying.
You're electrifying the water?
I'm electrifying the water.
You're gonna
Everybody else in
kill.
the water takes the damage as well. It's considered double if you're in the water. But as you do that, you suddenly see dozens of them float to the surface, twitching. Both. Well, I mean, I guess Ignis takes 2 failed death saves automatically.
Someone heal him.
Well, first they gotta drag me out of the water.
So what, somebody gonna?
I guess the spell.
I'm gonna go down and reach and try to pull him out.
That's what happened to all of us.
Make a strength check. You pull him out of the water.
Is he, is he conscious?
No, and he's bleeding horribly.
Yeah, I'm alive. Glad I didn't have to do a freaking death save because I might have died.
That looks actually suck.
You're near your fault too.
How is the guy that jumped in? Is he out yet?
No, he's down.
I'll go get him.
Feels. We see. Now,
Bird pulls out Farul.
are you able to get out of there?
When he gets out, when he pulls him out, I'll heal him up.
All right,
A spell and an attack action are considered the same, are they?
and they're both actions.
Because it says whenever a creature hits me, they take the damage with an attack roll.
Technically didn't hit you.
You pour your healing into him, but he doesn't move.
Well, it was his own dumb fault for going in there without checking.
I love how Ignis has turned into a southern drawl after that.
So
Yes.
I'll get out of the water.
Yes.
Oh.
Sap the water one more time.
Gondolo comes up, looks pretty horrified. Looks very upset. Not sure if it's the rain, but maybe he shed a tear.
Tear.
I'll try to
Gondolo,
get
the
him out
tiny
of the
guy?
hole.
Yeah, Gondolo's the tiny guy.
Gondola, I believe, is the halfling.
Gondolo's a halfling.
We can't. Is he dead?
He is dead.
He's dead.
Sam killed him.
Mm-hmm. So I'll drag his body up out of the hole.
And then once everybody's clear of that, I'm gonna zap that water one more time.
Well, some dead frogs pop up, and a couple more of the quippers.
Well, then.
Well, I shall teach him not to be too greedy.
How can it teach somebody when they're dead? But I guess,
So what
Gonzalo,
now?
you get to have a bigger share.
Yeah, kind of says half-heartedly. Yeah. Just look on the bright side, I guess.
I tell him I'm so sorry about his friend.
I punch Zell in the arm.
He's despondent as well. We better figure out where the hoard is, I suppose, if we want to get paid at all.
So what's in the surrounding area around the...
It's a giant sinkhole with
Yeah.
lots of bones all the way around it.
Anything else, or is it just woods or jungle?
I mean, around the sinkhole is jungle.
And the map led to here?
Yep.
I mean, we could have the professor zap it a few more times if you can, and just make sure everything's dead.
I can zap it for...
How about you throw some bait out in there, and then zap it?
I can sustain it for up to a minute.
Keep zapping, I guess.
And then once we think it's actually safe, then we can go down and see if anything's down there.
Well, Igris, you'll have to throw the bait in, because I have to concentrate the entire time.
He has to go Emperor Palpatine. He has to maintain the lightning the whole time.
I'm too weak.
I'll throw like 2 pieces of bait in there. Don't know how much we want to use.
Chris, let's throw the bait.
Got it. I'll pick up the professor and throw him.
Yes,
Good enough bait.
And then I guess I will zap
Shut.
it for a minute straight.
Shadowscale picks up the professor as he's doing his witch lightning. Starts getting zapped and throws him into the sinkhole.
But yes, the water has been thoroughly zapped.
All right.
I don't even
couple
think the
more-
frogs are going to be alive after that.
Lots and lots of dead frogs, and a couple more quippers pop up.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of food.
Oh yeah. Frog legs,
Yeah.
frog gooch.
Fish fry.
Don't think the quippers were something we can really eat.
Oh, I need
But
fuel.
you know, it's
Yeah.
shocking how much food we'll have after this.
Shut up!
I need heals.
Um,
If Metal Lady or anyone else would be so kind.
I can cast one more spell, and then
Then I will ask Metal
Yeah.
Lady to do it.
I'm
She
gonna
goes over.
use my last spell to heal myself too, because I'm still could use some.
You owe the one.
Yeah, healing myself for that much.
After that, what do you do?
Rage and dive in.
Here we go again.
All right, you're in the water.
Wait, okay, I forgot something. How much did that... No, because I raged after they took damage. Alright, so rage... D8...
You remember how deep the water is, right?
No, that's what I dived in. D8... A bolt of light shoots from my chest! I guess I'll just... Bolt of light to the...
Oh, God. Gondola's rolling a perception.
But yeah, he's looking around the area. He doesn't want to go into the water. That's deep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I believe I shall do what Gondola is doing as well.
I raged and I jumped in to see if there was any more quivers.
You
left.
can make either perception or investigation. He did perception because that's all he's got.
Is this one of the ones you have +2 to investigation?
I'm gonna walk around as well, seeing if there's anything.
What do we do? Investigation or what?
Or perception.
I already do perception because I'm actually training it and I have more points for it. It doesn't matter. Growth needeth.
Well, Gondola points out that
Should jump in the water this time around.
this is all like mud and dirt, mostly mud. But there's randomly, like, on the side, the northwest side of the hole, there's a rock. Looks out of place.
Touch it.
Guess I'll get out of the water then.
Shadow scale, if you would. The rock.
Guess I'll grab the rock. I'll shoot a beam of light into it first. Then I'll grab the rock. Can the rock save?
You look closer, and you push the rock aside, and there is a door behind it.
Door.
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 Nor.
Door.
Well,
There is no handle, though.
I punched the door. Because I'm knocking.
Nothing happens.
Yeah, because I was knocking. Unless there's no one home.
I
Nothing
guess.
happens.
I'll use magic awareness on it.
No magic. Oh, there's magic coming from the door. Actually, there is magic coming from the door.
What kind of magic?
Heresy magic.
You keep saying this.
Conjuration.
Well, then I will explain to the party that the door was conjured. If anyone has Dispel Magic,
That's not.
That's like a level 3 spell.
maybe there's magical words. Or...
I guess I'll take a closer look at the door then.
Make an investigation. It looks like something that's odd is there's a bunch of dead plants all around it, and it was very clear that these plants have been killed by poison.
Kill a plant, open the door.
I'm guessing the door's trapped.
Make an intelligence check. You also remember that this is supposedly a green dragon.
So dead plants around the door, no hand.
Well, I know anything about green dragons.
Yeah, you would probably just know offhand. Green dragons, that instead of like breathing fire, they breathe poison. Oh no,
What?
Tyler's laptop crashed.
Anyways.
I'm gonna say you rolled a high enough intelligence score. Everything around it is dead by poison. Green dragons breathe poison.
Oh,
It
yeah.
breathes on the door.
I don't have poison.
Yeah.
But you had that jar.
Sickness. Except that's a ray.
But you had the jar.
I'm not gonna stick poison in my mouth and breathe it out.
Why not? As long as you don't swallow it.
Is the entirety of the dragon decayed?
Yes, there's only bones left.
Guess I'll ask the little gnome guy if he has any poison stuff on him.
No, I'm a scout, not an assassin.
I guess we'll stand back from it and I will attempt to cast Ray of Sickness on it.
Alright, cast your spell. Well, fully cast it as if you did damage.
Ah.
You cast Ray of Sickness, and the door opens.
Hooray!
Excellent.
Inside appears to be a 15-foot deep alcove.
I will pick up a rock if there's any near me, and I'll cast light on it and chuck it in.
Like I said, it's only 15 feet deep, so it's not a whole lot in there. But there appears to be a handful of items in there.
Well then, I guess we will go and collect those items.
You find a purse made from Triceratops hide,
Ooh.
a small box that is cleverly fitted together from 2 velociraptor skulls, a hollow dinosaur bone with a wax plug at one end.
Like a water skin?
More like a scroll case.
Oh.
You take all that,
And Triceratops purse, right?
Triceratops purse, a chest, a small chest made out of the combined halves of velociraptor skulls.
Yep. Velociraptor box and dinosaur bone with wax plug.
Yep.
Open them.
You open them?
Yes. Well, we'll get out of the rain for the one with the everything.
Alright, you head back up to your tents and start to open things. You open up the purse. It has 55 gold, 800 silver, and 3 rings with blue quartz set into them.
Okay.
Inside the small box is 12 gold and what appears to be a wand, as well as 2 very nice-looking diamonds.
And then dinosaur bone with plug.
You pull off the wax plug, and inside are 5 bullets.
Oh, there are guns?
Yes.
For like, black powder guns. Just a shot, no powder.
Interesting. So, This was your hoard.
I guess he wasn't a very good dragon.
Obviously not.
Well, we didn't see the dragon. Maybe this is only like... Maybe he found a new place to hide.
Well, this is the only place the map led to.
Well, with all the goblin bones around, I bet he fought with the goblins and lost. Unless he killed them.
Kinda looks that way.
Yes, I'll use magic awareness on the wand and rings.
The rings are not magical. The wand is magical. And the bullets are magical.
Oh, okay. What are the bullets? School of magic. Transmutation, I imagine, or something like that.
Transmutation.
And the wand.
Necromancy.
Ooh. Oh!
Well, I believe it's time to call it a night.
Talk about in-game.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright. Well, you guys set up camp then on the edge of your sinkhole. You've already got camp set up. Who's gonna take what watch?
Take first.
Also, Undriel comes over and asks if she could have at least one of the diamonds.
Yes. I give her one of the diamonds.
And she informs you that if... I know things are weird with the whole death curse going around. I do know the Revivify spell. I haven't had access to any diamonds, obviously, but maybe that spell still works. I think it's a little too late for our friends. If I can get to someone quick enough, I might be able to save somebody's life.
Worth a shot.
It certainly is.
But, yep, she puts the diamond in one of her pouches. And then Gondolo, upon seeing that, goes, "So, how are we going to split this?"
How much was the gold we collected?
55 and 12.
67 gold. And how much silver was it?
800.
We'll give him one of the diamonds.
So give her last diamond.
Well, we have the other diamond with Undriel. Technically being Revivify.
So what, give him the coins and the diamond?
Not all the coins. I'd say like 500 silver. I don't know how much diamonds are actually worth, but...
Depends on the diamond.
These look like they're not the most expensive, but they're definitely decent. Undriel immediately recognized that they'd be usable for her spell, so that makes them worth a fair bit.
At least 300.
So then, diamond and most of the silver. Maybe a ring or two.
Undriel points out, "Are you sure you want to give up a diamond? It's got more than monetary value, as I just pointed out."
Yes. I do agree with that.
Then give him the rings and the money, I guess.
We'll give him the run. We'll give him the money and 2 of the rings.
So, 2 of the rings and all the money?
All the money.
Alright.
Well, we're doing a 60-40 split, so without knowing the actual worth of the items.
Yeah.
I mean, he's happy to take the money, so, and the rings. Because as far as he's concerned, he doesn't really need the magic items all that much. And while he would like the diamond, he also understands Undriel's point. And he's not going to argue it.
Well, especially since we just, oh, he disappeared in the forest. Quite easily.
But,
not that Undriel
yeah.
would allow that.
Not that I would allow.
With that, you guys can decide who's doing what watch for the night.
Yep, first.
I can do second.
Third.
Undriel will do fourth.
Disadvantage, still raining? Sounds like it.
It is still raining.
Not asleep. Too much rain.
Yeah, not asleep, but it's downpour. You can't see anything. Second watch.
So close to double.
Yeah, just another rainy night in the jungle. More rain, more leaves, more misery. Always wait to hear it, but Undriel basically just complains the entire time. But by morning, the rain has let up a lot. It's more just a drizzle now. It's pretty average humidity and temperatures back up into the 70s.
Well then, I will take this time then to identify the...
Ritual cast, I'm assuming?
Yes. Identify the wand and the bullets.
So you identify the wand.
Wand of fear.
I imagine that's supposed to say it can't, and it can't really move to a space
I'm assuming.
because this looks like the same description that had turn undead. And not all of it, obviously, but
Yeah, it just looks like they accidentally hit a thing instead of can't.
okay.
And for your other item, it was +1 ammunition.
The only ones who would have a gun around this part would probably be the Flaming Fist.
As far as Gondolo is concerned, he wants to just go back to the port.
Well, Sabal's not too far away.
Yes, we do have business,
Then we can go
Well,
straight
if
to
you
the
want,
port.
if you want to go there, you can go there. I'm headed back to the port. I'm gonna bring Fergal's remains and hope that they don't rot too much.
The professor can prevent them from rotting.
Regardless, my trip here is done, and I think I'm headed back to the mainland.
Alone?
Well, considering that my main friend is gone, yeah, I suppose I'll head back home alone. He starts taking his stuff and then climbing aboard his Triceratops.
Something you want to say, Shadow Scale?
Better see you back at the port.
If I haven't left already.
Wait a minute, then we won't have a guide. I think we'd better... I don't know.
We can
Whatever.
try and get a guide at Sabal.
I'm curious about we can fly if we get that petition.
Sam himself does have a map with him.
Well, Gondolo starts heading northeast. He does tell you that he's going to make for the coastline and then follow it up to Port Castilia and then hope he can get more distance from the Flaming Fist back to Port Nyanzaru.
Run up the tree, don't get him.
He wishes everyone else best of luck.
If we had anything stored on the Triceratops, we gotta take it out.
As far as I know.
Yeah, you kept all your stuff on Mountain Thunder, I was assuming.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, you guys going to start making your way to Sabal?
Yes.
Then we're going to need to designate who's going to guide you.
Guess it would be Erd.
Erd can make a survival roll.
Survival roll! I can do that! I guess 9.
Doesn't get any bonus with the map.
Nope.
Dang.
Well, you start heading the direction of Sabal to the best of your knowledge.
Looking for this place right here.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, it's an uneventful journey, but otherwise, yeah, you keep walking through the jungle. Eventually night falls.
Then we will make camp. We'll set up 4 traps.
Take first.
It'll take a second. What's Meg doing, Joe?
Still just an egg. Hasn't done anything.
Are you sure it's even fertile?
Wouldn't that just suck? The giant thought we'd eat it for breakfast.
Anyways, I will take, what was it, 3rd?
Yeah, 3rd or 4th.
Well, while you are setting up camp, you randomly come across a area with some what looks like somebody else set up camp here not that long ago.
Fucking hard December, I swear to God.
Well, I mean, not like a couple weeks ago, more so.
Oh, okay.
It looks abandoned. It's been left to the elements.
Guess we'll check out the camp.
Oh, one of the tents is still intact. It's a 2-person tent.
Excellent.
And you also just randomly find a healer's kit that still has everything in it. Everything else has pretty much been decayed or damaged from the elements.
Guess we'll give the healers get the deal.
Yeah, she'll take it.
We will take the tent.
You have another 2-person tent.
But not enough people to sleep in it. How sad.
I beg to differ.
Well, you
I could put an egg in there myself.
You can split more people up into more tents, and then just have more space in the big tent.
Yeah, you could have your own tent.
I'm used to sleeping in piles.
Yeah, kobolds are very communist.
I know.
But
I
yeah,
need
first
someone
watch.
to snuggle with.
Uncle, brother, huh?
So who's doing first watch?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And, still raining? No, it's not raining. Don't hear it.
Not enough for it to matter. It's a light rain. Barely drizzling. Yeah, you don't see anything.
Huh? We'll wake up the next watch.
Zoo.
Well, Erd, it's another quiet night, as far as you're concerned.
I've been doing it. I have been taking watch, so I haven't been rolling.
Yeah,
Damn this egg.
third watch. Professor and Tabin, you hear something moving around through the jungle.
It's pretty decent sized.
Yes, something stomping around.
Doesn't seem to be coming close to us.
You can't tell, you just know that there's something nearby.
Alright. Well, keep an eye on it. Hand it off to the fourth watch once it's time.
Alright, was that Undril?
I believe so.
Undril nods off. Eventually people start to wake up and find Undril just kind of slumped over on the log.
We'll tap her on the shoulder to wake her up.
Sorry, that doesn't usually happen. I can't believe I did that.
Good morning, Sleepy.
She kind of rubs her face and looks upset at herself.
No, don't worry. At least you're not Icarus.
I'll try not to make a habit out of it. But we should keep moving.
Yes. Check our traps.
Agreed.
They are all empty.
How about Jax?
Jax never got sent out.
Oh, right. Well then. Arr!
Make your survival roll.
Hmm?
We need you to lead the way.
Oh. I'm watching a movie.
Well, stop watching a
Sorry.
movie.
Oh, look, there we go.
You quickly realize that you, at some point during your travels, started somehow walking north instead of south. But you get your bearings and you start heading south again.
I honestly think we should. Well, we still got our bearings. We should just start making double time, whatever.
Yeah.
You want to double time it?
We'll double time it.
Let's see here.
Less chances for us to get lost.
Well, you actually make good time then. You actually make it all the way to the base of what appears to be this mountain.
Huzzah! Then we'll get another survey of the land once you get all the way up there.
So you get to the side of the cliff and you see Sabal built into the side of it.
Ooh.
Nice.
And as you approach, you see a number of avian-looking folk flying up to it. The ancient monastery overlooks the jungle from its perch on the cliff of a tall plateau. Stone steps and rickety walkways connect the various buildings, the lowest of which is 500 feet above the ground. The main building has a circular maze-like symbol carved into its crumbling facade. Every few minutes, you see more Aarakocra either land at the monastery or launch themselves from the balconies.
That's amazing.
Well then, Emily, we will head up there. We're gonna have to climb, aren't we?
I hear there are kobolds who can fly. I wonder what it feels like.
We'll never know.
Well, in order to make it up there proper, you will have to jump up to a couple of the walkways.
Well, that's no problem for us, except for the little one.
Oh, I can fix that.
So, first you're going to need to make an athletics check.
First, before anything, Joe, I'm gonna cast jump on shadow skill.
Okay.
Okay.
It's tripled.
He waited 8 minutes to tell me that he's gonna try what I told him.
Well, regardless, you need to make an athletics check to try and either climb around or straight out jump over the gaps in the walkway.
Jump over the gaps.
Move that up.
Is it athletics?
You'll have it at and you'll have it at advantage because of your. So, Shadow Skill and Tabin easily make the jump. The Professor and Erd fall through.
Son of a bitch.
You each take 10 bludgeoning damage as you fall to the ground.
Too bad we don't have any rope. We could toss it to you.
We have plenty of rope.
We don't, though. Taven and I don't have it on us.
Well, I'm gonna throw you rope. Sarcastically.
Well, I can cast the spell 2 more times, Sam.
Undriel also falls.
I think we'll get the rope. Yes, I'll grab a rope and throw it to them.
Alright. Tabin takes it.
No? Take as well. Grab with him.
Alright. Well, you're both holding it, and with that, it'll now be advantage for those who still have to get across. Undriel falls again.
It's the bloody armor.
I'm not wearing any armor. I still fell.
She heals herself up a little bit.
That is some low healing.
She psychs herself up. She's like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I got this. Fuck.
Tie the rope around your waist. We'll just pull you off.
She's not. She's gonna get one more try.
Okay.
She's gonna die by falling.
She believes in herself. She can do it. She can do it.
What the heck is this?
Thud.
Bunk.
Just give me the rope. Ties the rope around herself. Need to make strength checks to pull her up.
What's Taven's strength, Sam?
The both of you can do it, or one of you can assist, actually.
Yeah.
She's 18.
Mine's
Just
19 with the glove, yeah.
Yeah.
The strength roll.
You're gonna be assisted.
With advantage, because of assist. You pull Undriel up. She looks rather embarrassed.
Is Kelly here?
You need to make your rolls. She's been nodding off in real life.
Oh.
You make athletics checks at advantage. Because they set up a rope.
And she
She falls and takes 10 damage.
tie it around your waist. We'll
You can
pull
let
you
them just try to pull you up. You tie it off. Yeah, make another strength check at advantage. Yep, Shadow Scale pulls up Harmony.
Did the Professor make it up?
Yeah,
Yeah, he made it.
Oh.
So, now you have to make acrobatics checks, as there's even wider gaps in the walkway up next.
Screw that noise.
And you're jumping specifically from beam to beam.
Could you please assist me with this?
I guess I'll cast jump. I'm the Professor.
You said acrobatics now. Or T.
Acrobatics.
I don't have acrobatics.
What's this jump do?
Triples you jump.
So, no advantage with acrobatics? Because it's just specifically to beam.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So,
If I can make it.
Professor... Oh yeah, that's not Erd and Harmony.
Yeah! Wake her up, Joel. She fell.
I thought I was holding onto a rope being pulled up.
You were pulled up.
To the first portion. Now we're doing the next portion.
Now we're leaping.
Jumping from like little pillar to pillar. Acrobatics
Throw your
check.
rope back to me. I guess we can see if we can hold on to you.
So, Undriel falls. She's able to at least like get to this, like force herself to slide down instead of just a straight fall, so she doesn't take damage at the bottom. But she just kind of gives up and sits down at the bottom. Everybody else manages to make it. Now I need perception rolls from everyone.
No!
Alright, got a 20.
So, Shadow Scale, you fail to notice as you're crossing one of these thin wooden rope bridges that not all the beams are quite as solid. You step on a rotting plank and start to fall. Make a dex save.
See, now this is something I was looking into a lot, because danger sense is relatively...
It has to be something you're already aware of.
I'm aware of sliding down.
Well, you can make your dex save at advantage. You narrowly catch the next one, pull yourself back up. Taven also steps on one and falls. He has to make a dex save. He falls all the way down.
Yeah!
I guess he'll just sit there with Undrill.
We're dropping like flies.
He takes 12 bludgeoning damage as he hits the bottom.
If
Everybody else manages. Everyone else finally makes it. But because of how rough and hard and long this takes, this easily takes you guys a good 2 hours to get all the way up here.
God damn. That's another thing I'm gonna try this raging and hope I get the teleportability.
But now that you're finally up here, you are greeted by a number of Erakaka.
Hello.
They ask you, what are you doing here?
Falling and dying.
We saved a bird person like you some time ago. He told us to come here. I forgot his name. Tyler would have had it written down.
Ah, so you are the ones that saved Nefir. Yes, he told us about you. Then I assume you would like to join us at the monastery.
What's it now?
The monastery.
What's it now?
A temple of sorts.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we would, but we also have 2 friends that were unable to make it up.
I shall send some of us down, that we might assist getting them up.
That would be welcome.
But why did you not just pull the rope, ringing the bell to see that we had visitors?
Did I tell you about the one in my Thursday night group where there was a tower where you can't get to it unless you let down the drawbridge, and in order to let them know, you have to ring the bell? But my character, when I was playing as Gunyar, I refused to go inside their dumb elf tower. So I sat outside all night while the rest of the party got a long rest, but then all night I kept ringing the bell, and whenever the guy would come and lower the bridge, like, what do you need? I'm like, nothing. And they bring it back up, and I ring the bell again.
You just trolled them.
Dumb elves.
And eventually, they're like, if you ring that again, we're going to shoot you from up here. And I made a point, like, they're watching out there, and I reached for the rope to ring the bell, but I didn't ring it, I just stood there and held it, and then I let it go.
Next time you your chair, rope to it, go behind a bush.
And then I wandered off, and the party got back. I was like, where the hell's the dwarf? And I found a secret dungeon in the valley right beneath the tower.
That's great.
And we never went back to the dungeon. I wandered the dungeon, and some wizard showed up to, like, leave. And they literally kept using Thunderwave to push me out of the dungeon door. I was just fighting, like, 3 wizards by myself, and every time it was their turn, it was just Thunderwave, push him back 5 feet. Thunderwave, push him back 5 feet. I'm like, come into your dungeon.
Dumb elves.
Anyways, we shall go to the monastery.
Yes, they take you up into the monastery and introduce you to the leader of this community, a rather incredibly old Erakaka, who introduces himself as Ashara.
The one that we're supposed to petition for that dance.
I believe they called it the salsa.
The dance of 7 winds.
That was close. Pretty.
But yes, this is their leader. She is the head of the monastery. You notice that they all tend to refer to her as teacher, and a handful of them even refer to her as saint. As you come in, she asks, so, what business do you have within our monastery? To which the other Erakaka explained that you were the ones that saved Nefir.
Nefir said that we should come here and ask for a dance. And if you were willing, you would grant it.
I could do this for you, but what you would need to convince me that you are worthy. Why should I grant you this power?
Well, since my time with these guys, we've helped a lot of people, but we can't always get there in time. I'm not saying we always get there, but as far as I've seen, we've always tried. A power like that, maybe we can do more.
And what exactly is your goal here in Chult?
Well, we were contacted to figure out what this death curse is.
The Death Curse. I believe I might know a few things about that. I have heard that there is a powerful evil in the city of Omu, and I believe that that is where this curse is coming from.
And if I recall, that's where that dragon he said undead have been coming from.
Yes, there are many undead there.
I don't think you guys actually told me what you were trying to do as far as what the curse goes.
Nope. We never mentioned a thing to it.
You're just in the dark as I am.
Upon saying that, though, suddenly two Chultan humans step into the room. A teenage girl and a rather young boy. And the girl says, the girl kind of exclaims as you say that, "You intend to go to Omu and rid it of the evil that lies there?"
If we must.
And at the same time, Ashada turns and says, "We do not know these people very well. It may not be the wisest decision to reveal yourself." But she responds back just saying, "I do not care. Something needs to be done. I'm tired of simply sitting here and waiting." To which she then turns back to the party and says, "I am Princess Waxanare, rightful heir to the throne of Chult, heir to the royal family. And this is my younger brother, Na."
Didn't know there was a throne in Chult.
Why are you way down here then if your place is on a throne?
She speaks.
Probably because of the merchant princess.
"I am the last surviving member of the royal family that once ruled from the city of Omu. But as I have stated, Omu was taken over by evil. I have actually spent my entire life here in Sabal.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, if there's evil, and we get rid of it, right?
That sounds very good. And perhaps you can carry out a message to the other principalities and nations that they might aid the land of Chult. I am certain that the other rulers in Faerun, for example the holding of Waterdeep or the principality of Amn, would send thousands of soldiers here if they simply knew what was happening."
Yes, but would the merchant princess allow that?
"Of course. I am certain that they would welcome me gladly and hand over rulership to the rightful monarch."
I'm afraid politics aren't that easy.
I guess I don't know if I would understand about the whole undead army being brought in here, but perhaps their armies were already called but failed.
They both look, and specifically Ashara says, "You are referring to the undead that wander the jungle.
Yeah.
This was once the army of a powerful body that served here within Chult."
Tarzan didn't here to write that all down. You want it, Sam?
Pretty sure this has been explained like 3 times.
No, this hasn't. You were told that an army was led into the jungles and got turned to them. You've not been told this. In the ancient times of the land of Chult, specifically before the city of Mesro fell, when it was still the most holy city of Ubtao, he granted power to a number of Bari to rule over all the people of Chult. One of them was Ras Nisi. He was to be the greatest general of all his people, and so he was given the power to cause his soldiers to serve, even in death. You would actually not be hearing the jungles anymore anyway.
pretty hefty background there.
But yes, eventually though, Ubtao abandoned his people, and so the city of Mesro failed, and became as it is now. And all the Bari lost their abilities, and so any of the undead that he had raised up, once loyal to him, simply began to wander the jungle.
Why would your god leave?
It is not sure, and we do not worship Ubtao. But it is believed that the people of Chult became selfish and stopped caring about everything he had provided for them. Ubtao believes that you must navigate the maze of life to understand where you belong in the world. Moxnade nonetheless intervenes. Regardless, I believe that I can get more support to repopulate and rebuild Omu if I can simply get the symbolic yet very significant long-lost treasure. It is a symbol of rulership, the skull chalice of Chakare.
Where would we find this symbol?
I'm certain that it is within the ruins of Omu. It was a symbol of the rulers after all.
Well, I'm okay with helping them.
Is Tabin up here yet?
He's not in the room yet, but he's being helped up. Also, as she says this, Moxnade steps up and takes the professor's hand. Please, you have to help. We need to get back to the way things are meant to be. I'm certain that if the throne is reclaimed, Ubtao would show his grace upon his people once more.
Well, unfortunately, skeptical as that may seem, well, skeptical as I am, your god is probably long gone. And also, what proof do you have for me, an outsider, that you are truly, well, the right heir? I'm not from this land. I do not know your true origins and things. Actually, none of us are, except the lizard man and the kobold.
Hi.
And to that, she throws down your hand and goes, "How dare you suggest that I am not the rightful ruler? As far as any in this land are concerned, I am the rightful queen of Chult. I expect to be addressed as such."
Yes, and the merchant princes believe they're the rulers of this land too.
They would recognize me if they but knew that I was here. And Ashara steps in. It is true. She is the rightful ruler. We saved her before the fall of Omu, when she was still very young. Her brother, as you see, was but an infant when the city fell. In that short time, the merchant princes have centralized their power and claimed themselves as the rightful rulers. But I do vouch she is royal blood.
Well then, I will accept that. However, like I said, don't think these merchant princes would give up their power so easily. You just saying, "Hello, I'm back."
If they will not, then they shall have to suffer the consequences.
And how exactly would you accomplish that?
The people will obey their queen, of course.
Are you so sure about that?
That is why she needs the ancient symbol.
Absolutely. I am positive. The world is hungry for leadership. If they but had me to lead them, they would know.
Well, I see that this is not going to go anywhere. It's that
Can't hurt to try.
If you do this for me, I will reward you greatly.
Where would we find the artifact?
As I stated, within the city of Omu.
Ooh, man.
most likely at the heart of it.
Could you show us, or is it on the map? I don't see it.
No, it's not on the map.
Then, yeah, I would ask him to show us where it might be on the map.
If you ask, then yes, Ashara and Nare will gladly point it out.
Then let it be done.
I'm pinging it.
Yep. Even further south. Oh man.
That's a lot of territory to go through.
Well then, seems our work is cut out for us here.
As I have stated, I will reward you greatly if you do this for me.
Well, you definitely have plenty of time to think of a reward.
Nonetheless, I think it would be a good idea for you to spend a night here, seeing as you've already climbed all the way up.
Yes, that would
And
be
it is
agreeable.
getting rather late. Well, the Arakakra do offer dwellings within their monastery. Keeps you out of the rain, relatively dry.
No need for watches.
No need for watches. I mean, nothing's going to get you up here, and they have their own watches anyway.
Sleepy time.
Yes.
Watch your egg hatch now in the monastery.
Nope, egg does not hatch. However, in the middle of the night, well, you all get separate rooms, but in the middle of the night, Professor, you get a knock on your door.
Guess I'll answer it.
It is one of the Arakakra, and he tells you to follow him.
I'll follow.
He leads you deeper into the monastery, and eventually into a very well-dressed and furnished room.
Okay.
I mean, do you do anything once you're in there?
Kind of just standing there. Not quite sure why I'm here.
Sit down, perhaps.
Well, eventually, after a few minutes of waiting, you see Moxnade step out in a much nicer looking dress, and she tells you to come with her,
I guess I follow.
to which she then leads you into a, once again, essentially like a sitting room, a study, and she offers you to sit.
I'll sit.
She then kind of looks awkwardly off, but then, like, afterwards makes very direct eye contact with you. I am not accustomed to saying this, but you are one of the few fellow humans that I have met. I have spent most of my life here among the Arakakra. I would like to know what the outside world is like. They do not tell me much, and I believe they might be hiding things from me.
Well, I can tell you it's gone to crap. But that's pretty usual. I guess I'll explain the death curse that's going on. And anything else I can think of, I guess.
Basically, tell her, like, what the city is like these days under the rule of the merchant princes. How dangerous it is out in the jungle.
Yeah, basically what we've experienced in Scholz.
The jungles have always been dangerous, but to think that there is but a single city left on my entire continent. And you say that there are the Flaming Fist trying to colonize my land?
Yes?
And these merchant princes simply allow it?
Oh yeah, to make a profit, make money.
This is the rightful home of Chultan people. It is not to be ruled by any other.
Yeah, well, that's how politics are.
Or at the very least, there should be a Chultan, at least a Chultan, at the top. At which point she gets up and basically, because they're not single seats, she gets up and sits next to you in a love seat.
Okay.
You seem to have some sway amongst your companions. After all, they look to you for ideas for what to do next.
That's because, unfortunately, several of them would not have survived as long as they have. But to be honest, I'm not quite sure how I've lived as long as I have.
For it. Taking the damage for you.
If anything, I think that speaks more about you than them. She starts to lean it towards you and places one of her hands on your leg.
Okay.
Guess Kelly's gone to bed.
Yeah, I mean, we're basically at the end anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna finish out this little portion.
Little portion is right. Go get him, Tiger.
Wow.
Show me what human eggs look like.
Oh my god. Why can't I just imagine Shadowskill having woken up and snuck around? Just in the shadows.
That is what I do.
Shadow scale.
Just comes out from underneath the sea.
You got a bucket of dogs.
Answer here, Sam.
Yeah. Not quite sure where this is going.
We
She
know
leans
where
in a
it's
little-
going.
She leans in a little closer. A queen needs a king after all.
How old are you?
Make a wisdom save.
What does that matter? I am old enough.
How old are you, Professor?
How old am I? 27.
Oh, you're just a baby.
Says the one that acts like a child all the time.
I act perfectly fine for my species.
Well,
Perhaps even more mature.
Queen does... not Queen. King doesn't sound too bad. Certainly be my job.
If there is any reward that is greater than what I can offer, that would surely be the best, would it not? As she starts to lean really far into you.
No, it certainly is a high reward.
You bitch.
She starts to like turn to face you more directly and puts her other hand like up on your shoulder. I'm certain that if you do well leading even just a small expedition, then imagine what you could do leading a country.
That I can definitely imagine.
And with that, she leans in and kisses you, and then steps back and says, then perhaps we should keep our futures in mind.
I will keep that in mind, yes.
And she dismisses you.
His first kiss.
And I assume that is where we are calling it?
Yes.